Hello, I'm Abyax Toycat, and welcome back to my Ultra Flat Core Survival. This is a flat land with no bonus chest where I am attempting to survive and indeed thrive all the way to the end. That is possible because this is ultra flat and not super flat, which means we have access not just to a flat land, but also to 16 different biomes and eventually to some unique wandering trader trades, which means that if I can survive for long enough, all of that will be possible. Obviously though, because it's hardcore, that means that I have to, this is the most tense I've ever been about a series, because I have to think about every single day, not just how I'm not going to die, that's important, but also exactly what I'm going to be doing and the risks that come as part of it. Otherwise, that happens and it's bad. My current goal is to get my hands on enough iron so that I can get water. Water is essential so we can get drowned, so we can get copper, and so that we can do that, I need to basically shovel this entire area. I've got one iron pickaxe, and if I'm being honest, I could break this, but it probably wouldn't even be a smart idea to, so instead I'm going to be making hundreds and hundreds of wooden wooden shovels. It's not common that you make more than one wooden shovel, but in super flat survival, it's a necessity. So we make one, and then another one, and another one, and another one, and another one, and we do this all day, every day, until there are too many shovels and we don't know what to do with them, and then we still do it a little longer, because this entire area within the bamboo should be entirely flattened, so that mobs will actually spawn up there at a frequency decent enough for me to get some real farming on. This is a big stream, this is a big challenge, but join me as we go through it. And yeah, well, by the way, there's a lot of pigs here today. Given that I am running a little bit low on food, I will kill the pigs first, and then I'll start my big shovel reorganization process. So another interesting thing that I've started doing is because I'm shoveling this entire area, but I am going on a grid system. There's 10 by 10 chunks within this. That's very deliberately chosen. Something interesting that I need to do is I need to make sure that I mark the chunk boundaries. So these represent the bottom left corner of a given chunk, and then this represents the bottom left corner of its given chunk, etc, etc, etc. And using enough of those together, we're able to actually work out exactly where every single chunk starts and ends, while also still making sure mobs don't spawn, because mobs can't spawn when a block isn't solid, and a block doesn't count as solid even when it's just a button that's on it. Also, hi Togat, loving the series, says Caitlin. Thank you. This is one of those series that I definitely, it brings me a lot of anxiety. Like, even just in the very intro, as I'm talking about stuff, there's zombies attacking me. But there is, such a high payoff for that, and it's every single milestone we make. It's like, in Super Flat, you already feel good about each of these milestones. I'm feeling even better. Just surviving gives me a serious sense of joy, and hopefully we do much more than just that. So, yeah, the goal is basically, usually you would repair shovels together, but I kind of concluded that if you have enough wood, or even if you value your time, it's just not worth doing. So something I prefer to do instead is this. I'm going to grab a bunch of shovels together. We get them all really close to the edge of the brink, to the breaking point. And then we're going to do something you rarely get to see in Minecraft, which is a big mass break. So that is my plan. And hopefully you're looking forward to it. Because, how often do you get to hear the tool broken sound in Minecraft? Ever since mending hit the scene, even with unbreaking and anvils, you rarely needed to have tools die, but when you can only make wooden tools because you live in a desolate wasteland like I do, you tend to, it's basically worse than the Fallout universe here. Oh, we got the noise a little bit too early. It's basically the Fallout universe out here, and so here's something satisfying, chat. Go. And then there, yeah. Very, very fun. So we could do that over and over again if we want to, and it is basically my plan today, because every single block here that we shovel, it's not just a block that we're making mobs not spawn on, but it's also decreasing the by having fewer blocks that mobs can spawn on, they're more likely to spawn on the few blocks where they still can. So that currently represents things like these odd crafting tables, which I should probably do something about. That counts as doing something, by the way. But also it counts for the mob spawning area, which is my entire strategy with regards to how am I going to get iron. Going out, we're talking about a 1 in 120 chance for zombie dropping iron. It's the only source of iron you can get on a flatland survival. And so you can kill zombies randomly, and it might actually be worthwhile for some people. But given that there are lots of other things we need to do, this is great. Also, it's good to see you, everyone, including Dasher and Cat. How's it going today? No wooden shovels will hurt making this video, says Plume. No, the exact opposite. I'm explicitly hurting wooden shovels, and I'm doing it for my own entertainment, and hopefully for yours too. So, yeah, now we're going to shovel along all the way to this edge. This is one of the lesser necessary chunks, so we're only going to do the boundaries of these ones, because I need to make sure that a 4x4 chunk area around this is done, which means that these chunks out here are actually slightly less than necessary. They'll be necessary later as we expand the farm, but for now we can leave them in their like kind of partially complete form. Speaking of partially complete, I am just... no matter how many shovels you craft, you think to yourself, I've got an inventory full of shovels, this will last forever. You realize that, yeah, there's a reason this isn't just, you know, 1 shovel, 2 shovels. This is hundreds of shovels that are going down the wayside. I'm using 256 for the title, but I think I'm actually massively undercounting it, because there's 160 separate chunks, and 160 chunks would take, you know, 160 shovels if it was 1 shovel per chunk. But look at this chunk right here. As you can see, I'm not even quite halfway through it, and my shovel is dead. So we're actually talking about 320 shovels minimum. It's a little bit more, because even, again, you can see the second shovel isn't going to quite finish the job here. It's going to get pretty close, you know, don't get me wrong. But the second shovel still leaves us with a whole amount to do. And so it's much more like 500, 600 shovels that we're actually killing today. But that's just fine. Anyway, speaking of fine, I tried playing Flat World again and then was quickly humbled, says Cat. It's the crazy thing about this world is you think to yourself like, yeah, this will be just fine. And then no. Okay, everything is terrifying all of the time. And so that's why I was saying just a little bit ago, like the reason this series terrifies me but keeps luring me in is because I have to be so deliberate with my actions in a way that you just don't normally get in Minecraft. I like Minecraft as a chill game normally, and this kind of takes some of that chill and wraps it entirely around some scary, like, what if you die? What if you lose 36 days worth of effort? And you just got to say to yourself, okay, yeah, that might happen, so I guess I will watch out real bad. You could say I'm digging this stream, says Caitlin. I hope that you are. So I have a quick little announcement, actually. It's just for people who watch the streams. If you're just enjoying Ultra Flatcore, then you can enjoy this because it says the member count down there. And I figured I'd announce a little goal, just as you know, as a part of the road to 500 members. That is always the best end goal here. I figured it'd be fun to say, you know what, you know, sure, 500 members would be a big goal too. But what if for 420 members? So one of the things that you get when you become a member on this channel is access to member-only videos, which currently is a lot of toy cat bathing in liquids that I probably humans aren't meant to bathe in. And so I figured it'd be fun if what if we did for 420 members, you know, just a random number I picked out of thin air. It's toy cat bathing in Iron Brew. I think it's a fun idea. I probably shouldn't leave that like that, but I just like a little bit of variety here and there. Oh, it's over here. Well, I guess I can do it that way now, because I just have to replace this with that, and then replace this with that, and then pretend that's what I wanted to do in the first place. Sorted. So I'll leave that as a... There we go. Yeah, everything's great. There are no problems. So, yeah, bathe in wooden shovel, says Plume. Yeah, I figured for 420 members, it would be fun to bathe in Doritos. I've had this idea forever, right? That Doritos can be made, or, you know, crisps can be made into a liquid, more broadly. Or if you are North American inclined, chips. So chip. Sorry, I said that in such a British accent, not an American one. I love chips. Oh, I love potato chips. That's what I call chips. I don't believe that just because they are, you know, they are vaguely made of potatoes, and so I will call them that. I don't know what this accent is, but I've started it, so I'm not going to stop. But yeah, no, I think any potato chip, if you want to call them that, can be turned into a liquid if you just crunch it enough. And so what if we did that for a bathtub's worth? Would be terrible, right? But yeah, what happened for 500 members? If you, sorry, for 420 members, because I feel like we need some fun in the world again. And the only way to get fun is to bathe in silly liquids. It's just a widely accepted rule. So yeah, every single day, basically the way I see it, if I've got 160 chunks, and maybe 60 of them are covered so far, I need to go through 100 separate chunks before this will work. We could maybe rule out another 9 of those, or another 21 of those for being at the very edge of the world, where they don't need to be necessarily. But we're still talking then about 60, I think that's 79 chunks we need to fill in. So if I can just do 7.9 chunks per day, or let's just round that up to a nice 8, then we would be solid. Can I do 8 chunks a day? That is my tester. So I'm going to do these ones right over here. I've got to stop picking up rotten flesh. It's just not very valuable. I don't want it. No one wants it. Let's instead make some bamboo buttons and use them right over here to level out a whole new series of chunks. So, yeah, I think 7.9 chunks would be here, all the way round to where the crafting table is, and then the one chunk beyond that, or one chunk over here. So that's what we'll do instead. We'll button over here, and then I'll button over here, or just leave it like that for now. And then I'll go all the way up to this next one here. And we're going to see if we can't get this done in one Minecraft day. If we can, that means we'll be done in 10 days. And that means in day 47, before day 50, I'll be grinding for iron like crazy. Which is going to be fun, right? Speaking of fun, one of my favorite bits of the of this whole thing is the wooden shovel destruction. But as much as I want you to label all these chunks, the grass is seriously ruining this beautiful path. Yeah, I think later I won't need it, right? Because the chunks will sort of organize themselves. Or I could get enough wool that I could just put carpet down on the chunks or something like that. Or fences. Or, you know, we could just slap them down. There's lots of options that are later going to be available for us. For right now, I think this is a perfectly fine one, though. Speaking of perfectly fine, you excited to see another shovel break? I hope you are. I'm going to kill the sheep, because every night we go into bed anyway, so we might as well take some spoils of war with us. If we can do anything that keeps us from having to leave the shoveling of the paths, we'll be real good. So once all of these are gone, the iron process begins, and that is where our risk goes high. Again, chat, I said this, this is the series that makes me most terrified of death, because this is the longest I've put into a hardcore world so far. You know, but hardcore hasn't been on Bedrock very long, but I never really played it on Java either, to be honest with you. You know, the salmon are just too small for me to consider playing a long-term hardcore world there. And so, for the first time ever, really, I'm having to consider stuff like, you know, like, wow, if this dies, then what, etc., etc. Also, what the heck is Toycat doing, says Abigail King. I'm making sure mobs don't spawn here. Minecraft does have a really weird mechanic for when mobs can and can't spawn. In most video games, it's like, yeah, so, you know, like, I feel like the light system is a really easy one to understand. But because, you know, getting light is really hard in this world, instead of lighting it up, it's easier for us to make sure that every block, because, you know, Minecraft can only spawn mobs on full blocks. That is to say, it has to be a full cube because it's a cubey game we're all playing. And if it's not a full cube, mobs don't spawn there. This is kind of just, you know, this mostly functions as more of a glitch than, like, a useful feature. But in a super flat survival, this means that we can... Also, we didn't get a breaking sound that time, right? Also, I showed my BF, me combining 12 shovels with 2 hits left and making 1 shovel with full durability, and he called me lame. You know what? He's terrified of your greatness. This is like if your, you know, if your partner suddenly, you know, inherited 100 million... You'd have to be like, yeah, everyone does that sometimes, you know, like, you know, you don't have to worry about finding someone who shares your wealth right now because everyone has 100 million. Me too. I feel like I could afford 100 million. It's the same thing. He's like, oh God, I am about to lose. I'm about to lose someone I care about here, and I need to make sure that I belittle them so I don't. You know, bad move on his behalf, though. Speaking of bad moves, can you say spade? It's the Norwegian word for shovel. Ik kan spreken Norwegian. I don't know why I spoke Dutch there. You know, Netherlands, Norway, they're not that far apart. No, I know some people like the word spade. I know that that's true because there's a whole suit in a deck of cards that is named after it. But at the same time, I'm not a fan of the word spade. I like shovel. I see that it's a spade too. I don't like a bucket and a spade is a thing here, like you play with if you're a child at the seaside. But as I'm not a child at the seaside, although this is a big sandbox, really, so maybe this is the sandbox and here are my spades. But yeah, let's make a ton more shovels. So wood. Gonna make some bamboo sticks. That should be really easy to do. We just go to the edge of the world again, chop down some of that bamboo, and then yeah, I think 1 chop of all of this bamboo is going to be enough to get me sticks forever. That sounded like Weird Al. You're welcome. I like Weird Al a lot. I feel like making funny things is hard to do, and so you should appreciate the people who do it, and that's why I appreciate Weird Al. I think it is interesting when you're young, you see like a certain side of a lot of like, I don't know, personalities, artists, whatever you want to call them. And then, like, as you, like, grow older, you realize they're like, oh, there's, like, a whole person there, too. It's interesting in a few levels, but it's... it's weird to realize that people who make a lot of the things you know and love are actually all people with their own goals and hopes and aspirations and reasons too. And like maybe that's really obvious to everyone besides me. But I think it results in some weird things when you realize, like, oh yeah, every one of these people has to work out what to eat 3 times a day too, or how many times a day you decide to eat. You know, chat, is it how many times a day you're meant to eat? This is a contentious topic. I feel like the answer being free is one of those like societal wide messages that we all know and we all agree with. Everyone kind of like breaks on some level. There's no way like if 3 times a day was the right number of times to eat, why would we like snacks so much? Snacks are the best meal in the day. And also, why is breakfast basically the lame get it out of the way meal? There's a lot of questions I have that we won't be answering today. I cannot dive into philosophy so deep on a super flat survival. I'd rather talk about the reason we are the way we are. The reason that we're all. I think an interesting one. I feel like there are much shallower topics we can talk about, such as I think a lot about like the world of people who like to police the language of other people, right? It's a thing that I think a lot of people who are, I don't know, inclined in a certain artsy way find to be like exhausting, but it is a very, very common thing for lots of different spaces. Like, oh yeah, the term isn't this, it's actually this. We don't like to use that term because it implies that. I remember one of the things that when I was like 11 years old, I was on some internet forum, and I got in trouble because I was like, oh yeah, like, well, there's the standard thing, and then there's like this, and people are like, well, don't try to describe to us as not standard, because just because we're different, it doesn't mean we're not normal. And I remember that stuck with me forever. Like, the word normal is one that to most people just means like, yeah, the standard. Like, what's the normal order at McDonald's? It's a Big Mac. And what's not a normal order at McDonald's? A triple cheeseburger. That's a non-normal order. But there's some words that pick up emotions like as people use them more and more often. And to use a Minecraft example of this, right? The word crafting table or crafting bench, like, there is one correct answer. There is a normal answer to that question. But to say that is to belittle some people who believe very strongly that, like, no, it's the crafting bench. It's a bench. Like, it's a place where that's what people call things. And so the spade thing is kind of a similar thing, right? If you've called this a spade your whole life, if your Minecraft localization calls it that, it's weird to call it anything else. I feel this a little bit about cooked beef, if I'm being totally honest. I think steak is actively quite an odd thing to call it, only because it is what I see in my own life. I feel like when people describe it that other way, they're like making some weird point in a way. But really, it's me that's making the odd point, like insisting on calling it cooked beef, even when I play Minecraft Java and it says steak. Even if someone's having a conversation, they're like, oh yeah, I was about to cook some steaks up. And I'll be like, you mean cooked beef, right? And, okay, so we got enough shovels. I think we should make some more shovels. I think there is always room for more shovels in the inventory. And if that is true, we owe it to ourselves to make more shovels. Also, it's getting close to nighttime, and I would say we've done about 5 and a bit chunks right now. So let's see if we can't finish this up and call it at least a somewhat successful day. Can mobs spawn on the grass that grows in a grass block? Mobs can spawn. So the way it works is it has to be a solid block for mobs to spawn on. But there's lots of blocks that even if you add them to the top of something, they don't make something, they're kind of transparent blocks. Glass is a weird example of this. Oh, look, by the way, we could buy a cherry sapling if we had 5 emeralds. I wish I did. I don't think I would waste them. Actually, I don't know if it is a waste, but yeah, instead, we haven't killed enough foxes for that to be true. And so we've got to do it that way instead. Toycat's most organized inventory. Yeah, Mojang were talking about inventory organization this week, and I'm glad that it is finally coming up. It is one of those most important Minecraft subjects. Like, how do you organize something that is almost designed to be disorganized? It's an interesting question with an interesting answer. I'm going to take a big risk tonight. I think I'm just going to sleep out in the wild, because I happen to be right next to this bed anyway. It'd be silly not to use this bed, right? Also, yeah, I'd say we did about 5, maybe 6 chunks today. So if my goal was to do 79, which I believe we said it was, If my goal is to do 79 chunks, that's going to take me about 15 days to go fully complete. But again, we don't need full completion. We just need most completion, which will be just great. I can't eat at McDonald's anymore. You know, so therefore you might even say that you'd find it weird if I said that McDonald's is a normal restaurant. I do think one of the most interesting things about McDonald's, sorry, not to, it's one of my passions in life, I'm sorry, but I think it is fascinating how no one will say McDonald's is their favorite place to eat, and yet it is the most popular restaurant in so many places it operates. There is so much you can learn from just that one fact alone, right? About like the world of like polling and, you know, or inaccurate polling, I should say, and like what you can really learn about humans. Because one of the biggest flaws you can make when thinking about human psychology is that humans will tell you what they want. Humans are very good at telling you what they want under an ideal set of circumstances, but we've constructed so many circumstances in the world where you are not meant to say the truth, where you are meant to create a certain set of being. I discussed this, hey, speaking of discussing things, thank you very much for the tip. Hope you're doing wonderful. So I'm going to quickly check it. I'm making sure I'm in third person so I can see my screen isn't correctly organized. Thank you, Valerio Bear. If you're at lunch, thank you for the ability to watch. I'm Welsh. You know what? I'm Welsh too. We're all Welsh on this blessed day. I think you'll find. So I just need to move this over there now. Make this just a little bit weirder. And now I can see everything, I hope. So, McDonald's is for sure my favorite place to eat. I'm not ashamed, says Villanelle says. You know, see, that is powerful that you can... Very few people will say that, will broadcast that opinion, because you run the risk of the game that comes along with it. Like, isn't it interesting how often people are saying something, but not meaning the thing they're saying? They're trying to make a more direct inference from it. I was at a... Like, I know, like, the classic example of this is being like, oh, I'm so hungry, is not trying to just tell people, like, oh yes, my stomach is hurting me. It's saying, we should get some food. Or, you know, like, there's a ton of other versions of this, like, oh yeah, it sure is loud here. It's telling you to turn something down. That sort of stuff. But, one of the... Oh, wow, we are running to the edge of our inventory. One of the kind of reverse cases of that, where people are kind of asking you not to say something, is like, oh yeah, if you describe your favorite, you know, like, place, you are attracting, or your favorite anything really. If you talk about something you like, you are attracting people who do not like the thing to tell you about why they don't like it. A great example of this in the UK is we have like a pub chain that's basically McDonald's but for pubs, and if you know, it's the most popular pub chain by a long mile, but it's called Wetherspoons, and people. Wetherspoons is really, really good for a lot of reasons. It's very budget-oriented, it's very cheap, it's very good for a lot of things. But because the owner has some weird, controversial opinions on whatever it is he's up to, a lot of people look at the place and they're like, oh, can't believe you would go there, though, because it's not good for this, that, the other. And, you know, those people would be... that wouldn't be an entirely invalid opinion, but because it is, you know, like, there are so many of people who would love to talk about what they think about, you know, the opinions on the ownership, that you can't avoid having that discussion when really you're just trying to say, oh yeah, but the food is a good price though, right? You know, like it's a real, you know, like given that the most important thing to most people, whether they admit it or not, is money, you know, like there is this, it's interesting to me is what I'm saying. And so it's kind of like the whole, like, yeah, certain words are there to, you know, imperfectly fine to use, but imply something bad to some people. This is where that, like, trap question for politicians come from, of like, oh yeah, well, like, which gender has uteruses or something. You can ask questions which are very emotive to a small subset of the population, but you know, because there are lots of cases where you can be, you know, right in a certain way, but still be, you know, a dick for saying it. And I think I think there are lots of interesting cases of that make people go like, yeah, it's probably best if we don't dive into this. Speaking of this, whenever my BF gets paid, we ditch cooking dinner that night and get McDonald's, and it's my favorite night because everything tastes better when you don't have to cook it. It's interesting you say that, Adam Sony. It's because the opposite is a true thing that people say, right? That home cooking, food always tastes better when you cook it at home. But I think what the reality is, as someone who has gone through phases of really into cooking and then really into like frozen food and really into going out to eat, really into ordering food in, I've gone through phases of all of it. I have, you know, I'm not proud to admit, but I definitely had a phase where it was like Subway every day of the week for a bit. Like, you know, it was like £3 for a 6-inch sub for lunch. It had so many vegetables that I was like, I can eat basically anything. You know, when people complain about eating whatever else I'd eat, like frozen food, it's like, well, there's vegetables in Subway. So really, I'm making a good, healthy decision. But yeah, as someone who's gone through the whole phase of it all, I think anything that is novel feels really good again. And so if you ate McDonald's every day for a week, it tastes so good when you ate something else. And it took me like alarmingly long to work out why this is. And I think your body kind of craves diversity of input. Like, I don't understand people who are like, yes, I have eaten a Big Mac every day straight for 12 years. I do not understand. Is that chicken giant or is my brain broken? He looks very big. Have chickens always been this big? You know what? My brain's broken. It's fine. You know, I think actually chickens would be one of the easiest foods to farm right now. And I can get some feathers, but they have no value to me. Because getting seeds is a lot easier than getting meat. But we'll think about that later. We'll think about that after we have our things going on here. Have you seen the calorie count on subs? Oof. Yeah, there's only like 2 that you can get while still feeling like it's actually healthy. I just in my own personal opinion, I think it's like always the ham and turkey and like I think they used to have rotisserie chicken. I thought that one was like pretty decent. But yeah, you're totally right. Like it's if you're looking at them, you start to realize very quick that like Subway just feels healthy. It isn't actually healthy, which is the genius, because that's what's way more important to a lot of people, right? The whole comment that I've made many times in this stream series and will make many times again is that feelings are reelings. People will discuss their feelings on the feelings lots of times. Also, Taco Cat says, I don't like the bread at Subway. Oh, the trick is here, Taco Cat, it's not actually bread. The bread at Subway is legally a cake, I think, right? It's very silly. Anyway, yeah, the US Subway bread is classified as cake. I think it was actually Ireland where they classified it as cake, because there's some tax loophole and VAT based on cake. Just like salads, it's the dressing that gets you, says Jamie Norton. Yeah, that's definitely a big... I feel like there's definitely... The problem is so to go back to my previous point, to tie it into this, Jamie, is that I think that your brain is craving like a diversity of food. You know, the whole idea that we need certain vitamins to survive. You ever realize how weird that is? That like, oh yes, you need to take this multivitamin. We didn't have these for 99% of human history. And sure, we did just fine, but now you will literally die if you don't have this. And it's because your brain's natural mechanism for that is like, yes, if I am craving vitamin A, I want bread. If I am craving vitamin C, I'll crave some citrusy fruits. I'm really craving some citrusy fruits right now. To be totally honest with you, I think I might be coming down with scurvy, to be honest. But yeah, the reason that I mention all of that is because I think that if you have one type of food for so long, your body's just like, yeah, I have enough processed meat and all the fun things that come with that. I need just some, I don't know, like some, and anything that doesn't come with this amount of fat. And then if you have too many like low-fat meals for a while, your body's like, I do need the fat, you know, like that's how we regulate ourselves. And the same is true for basically everything besides the things which you could argue are an addiction, like, I don't know, sugar and alcohol and whatever else. But yeah, staying on to the point, is he drinking wine? Oh no, this isn't wine. This is grape juice. You cannot drink. Okay, I see why a straw is necessary for this container. I hope you like it, by the way. It's one of the fun ones from my collection. I don't know why I like this so much. I don't know why I find this to be so satisfying. Anyway, let's make a bunch more now. Thankfully, I got enough wood earlier on. I don't know why. Okay, there we go. So we make 36 more, which means we get up to 36 more shovels. Although, actually, yeah, it seems like it is the sticks which seem to kill me in terms of this, but that's fine. When we go in for the night, which will be soon. Oh, this... I need to... One sec. Sorry, there is a lot of grape juice on my neck. And that's why pregnant women have strange cravings, says Lexi. Okay, it is late. Hey, thank you, Valerio Bear, for bringing us the 384 members. Getting closer to that 420 member goal. That is on you, gold chat. If it sounds silly, It's because you're just not believing hard enough. So, you know, actually, let's do this chunk just behind my house. I don't know why I haven't done it yet, but I really should, right? I really should have gotten around to doing this. So let's just do it. Let's just shovel it in right now. We'll have one more chunk that is fully complete. And because it's the one right behind my house, this is one of the most important ones for safety. This might save my life, and I mean that in a very non-dramatic, actually true way. And you know, I love non-dramatic truths in the world. I think we all should love them, just as much as we love wolves. So, Valerio Bear says, I'm doing my part. I hope you enjoy access to all of the fun new member-only content you can now access. Okay, so we've gone a decent way away at least. This is doing some amount. But let's just run into this, use an entire wooden sword up, just as quickly as we can, get as much bamboo as we'll probably need, and then let's go to bed before anything's too dark. By the way, by skipping every day, oh, there's a fox that's just right here. By skipping the nights, we make sure no mobs spawn, which means no stragglers can spawn and accidentally ruin my day. Okay, I'm gonna be one sec. Chat, have you missed me? I'm just back here. Don't worry, I'm still here. I'm just cleaning some red liquid off myself. I swear it's not blood. So now's a good time actually. While we're here, today is Democracy Day in the UK, and so I went out to vote. And I just want to point out that they gave me this badge as a result of it. I'm a pretty big fan actually. You can't actually see. I voted for the brown one, as you can see. You know, need to get a closer camera just so you can read my chest. I feel like there's a very, I see what happened here. You know, I'll just flip out an entire new shirt. But my point here is to say that I feel like looking back now, the floating creeper face. I was gonna say we had a vote. Oh, I think it was elections in the, I want to say just England, but I bet there's some Welsh council areas that had elections too. It is weird that there's most elections are like UK wide, like, you know, shared across, but with like this is a specifically English election day. I voted for the mayor. Am I doxing myself if I say I voted for the mayor of London? Okay, please promise not to tell anyone, chat. But that's I live in Londonshire, and I guess I'll put the raw beef away for now, just so we can have a couple more shovels, because this is the most again, as chat said, this is the most organized inventory I've ever had. I do intend to keep it that way. So there's no wooden sword right now, which might be a problem later, but for now there be no problem. The only problem is that I don't have a problem. So I'm going to turn this into something special later. But for now, this will do. Put a little bamboo button on it. And then we'll do the same over here too. Just really make sure that we know these chunk boundaries. Because now I can finally finish these up. These are the most important chunks for not having mob spawn. Not just for my own safety of my house and my, you know, existence. But I think also for the mob spawner to work. Mobs try to spawn within like a 64 block radius of you. So it'll be really nice that we'll have that. I voted, and because of where I work, I was voting for my next boss. Oh, for Police and Crime Commissioner, I'm guessing is what it is. Honestly, I can't decide if I like the... I feel like it's one of the ways we're Americanizing, is that we start voting for roles that 99% of the general public couldn't tell you what they do. And it makes me think, like, man, is this like is this a good thing? Is this like an improvement to democracy? Or is this like a way of adding democracy as a shield to some jobs? Because, you know, if you do most jobs badly, I guess I should say, you know, what happens is, you know, like, okay, we got to be very careful about that. If you do most jobs badly, you can be fired. This is a crazy fact about the real world. I'm sorry if you just learned it from me. But you might get fired if you do your job poorly. Unless it's like a democratic job, in which case, well, you know, it'd be an affront to the voters if that were to happen. But and so there's loads of like jobs where like everyone knows they're democratically decided, but who knows what they actually do. I get to decide who they are and what they do there, but I wouldn't be able to tell you what varies in their values and how they do the job. So I'll just vote politically based on the party. Yeah, we're no longer have a PCC here in Yorkshire. We're transferring to a major as of tomorrow. Oh, a major. Oh, that's fun. That sounds like a military rank, if you ask me. Completely forgot about the election state, honestly, says Xavier. That makes it sound like you didn't vote. I'm not the person who says, go out and vote. I'm a big believer in we should work out ways to make people less disenfranchised feeling. I feel like one of the biggest examples of it is that we say to people, yeah, only vote if you're voting for someone who will win. Like, I don't know who got this brain worm into the head of people worldwide, but the idea that your vote only matters if you vote for a candidate that wins is one of the weirdest things that is, like, believed by otherwise very intelligent people, you know? Like, I think what's scary is a lot of the world can seem like it's entirely random and arbitrary if you have no idea what's going on with it, right? But some people do understand the deeper, like the connection of actions and consequences and all these weird things, but yet don't have any clue that, like, oh yeah, do you know in a democracy your vote actually does get, not only does it get counted somewhere, so it shows your support for something, but also it shows, it's not just being counted. I have to hit him at least once. I hate baby zombies precisely for that reason. Not only is your vote being counted for somewhere, you know, for something or other, but also there is we got a wooden shovel. Nice. But also there are a lot of funding-based things that come based on percent of votes achieved. So even if your party gets, you know, 800 votes instead of 700 votes, that still might push them into a threshold for getting some amount of funding or, like, legitimization from the government somewhere. It's probably worth doing if you believe in yourself. But yeah, let's all vote Toycat for MP of his borough. I agree, wrote it. Let's all do it. Let's go. Everyone vote for Toycat right now. So, two-party unrepresentative democracy holds no representation for the common human, says Flydad. Again, we're not going to dive too deep into democracy on this stream. Except, who am I kidding? Apparently that's one of the things people like. You know, if you said that you liked this, you got yourself into this. If you said you liked the things we dive into and these long plays where I'm actually playing Minecraft and showing you the whole thing, then this is one part of it, and I'm sorry as a result. But I think that if you think that in a two-party state, voting for anyone but the two parties that are the biggest, if you think that is worthless, I will tell you something that is much more worthless, and that is not voting, right? And I'll tell you something that's even more worthless is, even if you vote for a winning party, unless they win by one vote, which has happened in very, very few cases and never in a nationwide election, then, yeah, your vote doesn't matter in that way. You vote partially as, you know, you're putting your little dot in the pile. And the only reason I think is valid to not be into politics or not into voting in that way is just like, yeah, it's just one little drop in the ocean. And I don't think it's a very valid reason. I think it's mathematically true, right? It'd be like, then I kind of think of it in the other way, which is like, you know, there are lots of other places where your contribution is a drop in the bucket. Your donation to charity probably means nothing to the charity. You know, that the way that most charities make most of their money is like a big corporate donor every now and then. But yeah, it still makes a difference. It's not a very big difference, but it makes a difference to the some people somewhere. And so the same is true for voting, I think, just either on a lesser scale or a bigger scale, depending on what you think is the most important change. But not everyone can have that attitude, says Chillispine. Yeah, that's the funny thing, right? But if everyone has the attitude, it breaks. The whole every little helps. Everyone needs to come to their own conclusion about why it works. If we all conclude that it doesn't work, then it breaks in a very, very, very serious way. And so that's why it's worth, even if you, and that's why I say, even though I strongly believe that, I still think it's worth voting. Just because I know that not everyone can conclude it's not worth voting. And honestly, voting is kind of fun. You get to feel like you did a bit. You know, you had your voice heard in some way. You've done the most important political action that you can have. Any other political action you care about having, you know, like protesting this or that or whatever else, has to come like on top of that, in my opinion. Anyway, with that said, voting and donating both help build the momentum for your cause, and momentum is everything. You know, that said, Joshua Marks, how would you like to donate to getting the momentum of me getting 420 members? I think it sounds awful to bathe in Doritos. I think, can you imagine like laying down and all the Doritos crunching? It'd be terrible. But I just need to know, would it feel like a liquid or would it feel like I was in a giant bag of crisps? The only way that I can find out is if we build momentum, which we can only do if we get 36 board members. And 36 members is more than one person can do. But the momentum starts with you. Ah, that was good. That was my campaign speech. Okay, I'm good. I can feel like I've done a great job no matter what happens now. So yeah, I think we've after this we've gone as far as we really need to go as far as this corner is concerned. These are the extra chunks when we later expand our mob farm. I'm kind of like pre-building them in now. And so I'm thinking of rolling around on Dorito crumbs in bed. Oh, if I had a job, I totally would, dude. You know, if I had a job, I would vote. I think, you know, I have a job. I have a weird job. It's one of those, like, you know, it came up yesterday, chat, and I don't think you can meaningfully talk about this in any short form content. But isn't it weird, the idea that we have, like, certain days that are just known as, like, days off, like workers' days? So it was International Workers' Day yesterday. Also known as Labor Day, also known as May Day, depending on where in the world you live and when you celebrate it. But it was this day, a very important one for some. And it's weird because it's just accepted like, oh yeah, everyone gets the day off if you live in 80% of the world. But also, whenever a bank holiday rolls around, it's a nightmare for me personally. And anyone else who is self-employed who doesn't directly benefit from extra people being off their jobs. Because it means like, oh, is it not nighttime? This looks very heavily like nighttime to me. Oh, chat, wait. Milestone. So it's day 39. I agree that the forest might mess stuff up with the spawning. Yeah, I think we're going to have to move the forest outside of the... Hey, Pickled Witch. Thank you, Pickled Witch, for becoming the 385th channel member. See, you're building the momentum for the cause. You know the glass pit from Saw 2 or 3? Probably feels like that, but cheesier. It's a perfect analogy, but also the worst analogy. Yeah, I think we're going to destroy this entire chunk. It feels weird to do it, but I think we need to. So we'll start by putting our buttons down. I have to be very careful around this area. I think moving this is going to be one of the most important things. And so we'll chop it down and we won't replace it. I'll later do something with it, maybe being a crisscross pattern. It feels like there's some value that could be had in this. Like maybe later we could put the saplings here and put string above them to have like a cute little fake forest. You know, just so we have like some decoration blocks in the rest of this. But for now, I think this will do just great. Let's chop it down, get the saplings, move them somewhere else. I need a bunch of wood anyway, and doing it with a wooden pickaxe kind of sucks. But you've got to do what you've got to do sometimes. And if we can just make a dent on the kind of the roof canopy of this thing, like look at that. It's too ridiculously big. In fact, it's so big that I think now this might be a good time to seriously consider investing in... Okay, so I'm going to grab a couple slabs. Don't know why I need those, but I think it might be time to invest in some scaffolding, chat. It's a weird thing to be able to make, but I think it's going to be a surprisingly useful one to have. So, Cat, can you not right-clip saplings with shears? Why would you though? What would you achieve? But yeah, scaffolding would be really useful for stuff like this. Hey, thank you!
Just wanted to show you my appreciation for all your hard work. Please don't die. 40 pounds for your 40th day.
Thank you!
X.
I am 40 days old today. No, thank you, Polly. Massively appreciate it. I really am impressed by how many people are liking this series. Like, it's one of those, like, in terms of, like, time into... like all the response out, it doesn't feel like it makes necessarily like financial sense for the time in my day, and you know, compared to making other videos. But I'm glad that as long as it takes and as much as it can be, like, you know, like it is hard and it is like anxiety inducing to do some of the, you know, to do certain tasks here. But as much as that is, I'm loving that people are enjoying it. That really is the light that makes me keep going through this. And so thank you, Polly, and thank you to everyone else. Indeed. Bro, my allergist missed the max. No, wait, that's something else. Anyway, so, wait, it's your birthday, says, Hannah. Yeah, I'm 40 days old in Minecraft today. I mean, you know, every day is our birthday if you think about it. We're all being reborn every time we wake up, and we die every time we go to sleep. I'm pretty sure that's how it works, at least. So yeah, we'll make a real big dent in the tops of the leaves. I think this will cause most of the canopy to cool down. And so if we can get that done, the rest will just kind of happen. We'll pick up a lot of apples and a lot of other stuff here. The concept of a birthday is weird when you think about it. Yeah, I think almost every human ritual has a lot of oddity hiding underneath, like, oh, but it's just what you do. Because, okay, I'm taking a bit, this is a bit of a, like, I don't know, social evolution stance. I don't believe this is, like, the most widespread view, but it's the view I hold of it, so I'll share it for a second. Like, every tradition that exists because the people who practice that tradition survive longer than people who do not, or at least are more likely to pass on their genes to other people, or something along those lines, right? Like, there are all sorts of weird traditions that people try to start that never pick up any momentum, and that's because people decide they don't want to do them, which means that, you know, or rather they don't have children. If they do decide they want to do them, they're not having children. So it's something about, like, we're all socially deciding, like, it's weird to do this, but it's perfectly normal to celebrate, like, the day of your birth. You know, the day you fell out of your mother's womb, perfectly normal thing to celebrate. Whereas, say, you know, like, I don't know, I think the vernal equinox, the April 22nd and August 22nd, I guess it'd be, maybe September 22nd. Those were hugely important days in pagan culture. We don't care about them now, and I'm just to be clear, I don't want to start us caring about them. I think they're hugely important days, not geologically. I mean, they're hugely important days, but I don't think we should just start celebrating them because, like, you know, they sound cool and all that noise. And I think we're just gonna break an entire wooden shovel here, but by doing so, I'll get so much bamboo. Just far too much bamboo. Although I keep saying that, and then I need more bamboo. So maybe it isn't actually a ridiculous amount of bamboo we're getting. Maybe we need to break multiple shovels at a time. Or multiple swords at a time, I guess it would be. So yeah, we'll come right back into that after this now, as soon as we have a little check-in here. So this makes just under 2 stacks of sticks. So stack and stack. Easy. And then stack and stack. And how do you equalize out 2 stacks? Do you just keep doing this over and over again until something gives up? Okay, there we go. All done besides one bamboo. 1 bamboo goes in here and eventually will become something. Okay, now we can make another wooden axe. And then we can use this axe to just finish up what we've got going on here. Yes, we just celebrate that we survived another year. Yeah, I think that is actually the deeper meaning behind a birthday. A birthday to the end user, right? A birthday on the surface is, oh yeah, congratulations. This is just a special day. Congrats. But really it's saying you made it through another year. I think that in the same way that celebrating your milestones in life and I would say in Minecraft is important, celebrating milestones in real life is a really important part of success. When you come from a household that doesn't care about success, why would you care about success in itself? Like, so much of, you know, if you think about the school system, there's so much of like, yay, you did good. Some teacher will, you know, maybe compliment you, but not really that wholeheartedly. They've got a lot of children to care about, and you're not top of their priority list. But if you go home and your parents are like, yeah, you did great, you're going out for ice cream today, you start to associate, like, doing well at school equals ice cream, etc., etc. And so if you can do a similar thing for your life, like, yeah, congratulations on surviving another year, you start to realize that, oh yeah, that's not a given. You can have a very long self-destructive spiral before you notice that your survivability is being seriously affected. And so having anything that not encourages that, pretty good. I feel like having the birthday at the end of the year or beginning of the year is a blessed and curse at the same time, says Guy Who Makes Random Stuff. Yeah, on the one hand, you already know everyone's free for a party. On the other hand, oof. Totally see it. Whenever I get asked about how my kids are doing, I tend to ask her, well, I kept them alive for 9 years now. Doing pretty good, I think. Yeah, that is the most important bit. You know, any parents out there, I know. Like, I think the hardest thing to actually do is to manage to actually stay in there, right? And if we set that as the baseline, a lot more people will appreciate all the other things. Also, Pickled Witch, congratulations on another orbit around the star. Yeah, the little cosmic significance of it is kind of cool too. Like, the only reason that we measure a year is from the star. Like, there's so many things like that where it comes from this, but that comes from that, and it comes from that. And then when you look at it as like an alien would, you're like, oh, your people celebrate when your planet goes around the star one time since they have been born. And it's like, yeah, but it's much more fun than that. It means you get to go out and everyone's like, well, it's your birthday. It's your special day. And you get to decide how special your special day is. Some people really give up on the concept quite early on. Some people can be 30 and still have a birth week. I told my son if his grades were good, nobody make him live with his father. Straight A student resulted, yay. Wow, oh, okay, that is impressive. Well, I hear a slime, by the way. Do you see the slime? Okay, it's, weirdly, it spawned in there. It can't have spawned over here. I mean, I guess it could have, but it's very, very weird that a slime managed to spawn there. Very, very, very weird, if you ask me. So I'm going to keep on destroying some of these wood blocks and just, I think this will be me good for wood for quite some time. I do have to keep in mind that trapdoors are very expensive in terms of inventory space. So I think I'm going to admit that that is going to be a soon priority. There's just so many trapdoors that you need in Minecraft. And so let's craft those right now. So giant stack of planks times 3. Now we have 3 stacks of planks. We can make 64 trapdoors. That was expensive, right? That's more expensive than it feels like it probably should be. Also, baby slime's still following me. Then we'll make some slabs just to get rid of the wood. And then we'll go right back in for the chopping fest. So people think Minecraft is a... I guess surprised how Toget's audience goes from 5 to 50 players. I always think it is surprising when we see someone who's like young, and then it's like, oh yeah, and then it's the other's end, and it's like, oh yeah, but also really, really opposite end of the spectrum. But I think it should be appreciated how hard just being in there is. It's something that I don't know. It's something we take for granted a lot of the time. But maybe we shouldn't. Maybe we should take less things for granted. Wow, what a crazy opinion, Toy Cat. That's a really bold one. Bet no one's ever had that before. So, yeah, let's finish up this axe. It's definitely going to die real soon. Hopefully get, like, just a few more blocks. Will cause some saplings to fall off them. And then let's go straight to bed, where tomorrow is another shovel day, I think. I promised you shovel-breaking action today, chat. And so shovel-breaking action is what I will deliver. Yeah, quite honestly, those 2 slabs were a pretty decent investment in terms of time put in. But today is not about investment, it's about surviving our 40th day and moving into 41. Or already, we survived day 41 just there. But let's move into the next one now. I like that we're seeing some real movement over there. I don't like that slime managed to spawn somewhere and then bounce that way. That's a bad sign, in my opinion. But yeah, I don't know what to do about it, realistically. I could shovel up this chunk, but I'm going to want a lot of it to be farmland eventually. So I'm going to have to unshovel it if I shovel it now. What's the easiest thing that I can do that's the easiest to destroy that will temporarily stop a chunk from respawningable? Yeah, temporarily stops the chunk from spawning in mobs. Because that's kind of what I need, if I'm being totally honest. Okay, next up, we're going to shovel up this chunk here. All the way. And, to be fair, you can probably start using the spawner at night now. It should be efficient. Yeah, I'd be willing to bet the spawner will have a much better efficiency than we're expecting right now. Most of what I'm going to do before I test it, though, is just around my house. So that if I spend a lot of time there, I won't end up with, my house under siege. Speaking of my house under siege, thank you for the Toycat tax. Appreciate it a lot. I still do not have everything properly visible on the same screen. So, Alejandro, thank you. Appreciate it a lot. Hope you're doing wonderful. Today is going to be the day they're going to throw it back to you. So, 420 viewers, nice, says Hannah. If we had that many members, I'd be bathing in Doritos right now. I think you can hoe a road. How could you do that to me? How could you just say that is possible when I don't know for sure that it is? Also, I think I'm going to have a little bit of a time killing some foxes. I don't know when that time's going to be, but I know that time is coming. So, anyone who's not emotionally prepared for fox death, please keep that in mind. There is a lot of it incoming. But like most good things in the world, just because you don't want it to come, it doesn't mean it's not going to happen anyway. It is indifferent to your desires. So I've lost my sword and my axe at this point, but I'm fine with that. I'm just gonna shovel up this chunk while avoiding the slime, because that's something that I can do. And so, yeah, once we've got this chunk entirely shoveled in, I think it'll make a big difference to just how far away from the house mobs will have to spawn. Most of them won't be able to spot me immediately, which make a big difference to my end survivability, which is good. I want to be survivable real bad. How's life, Toy Cat, says Miss Patfen Driver Lady. Thank you for asking. You know, everyone's always asking who's Toy Cat, but no one's ever asking how's Toy Cat. You saw my chat, that made my whole day, says Shaniator Wiggy. Yeah, I hope that you're having a really good one now. Hope it goes very desert well. So, my day in particular, you know, since you're asking, chat as an omnipotent being, I do think there's I do think I've had a pretty decent day. I always, the reason that I feel like I'm not always doing one of these, like, mega stream series is it is, like, a big kind of, like, I don't know, like, there is a big kind of, like, tomorrow, you know, like a drain of it. But also, so I kind of preactively prepare, like, okay, I'll start the day a little slow because I'm going to be streaming late into the night. But honestly, I really enjoy it. I look forward to it. I have big goals to aim for, big reasons to look forward to those goals. I'm working towards 100 days, right? That'll be a fun milestone. I think even by itself, even if we have nothing new, nothing necessarily ultra flat specific, I'd feel really good about hitting 100 days. And so that's my that combined with like my medium term, my short term goals are the things that make me go, yeah, good things are coming, and I am working my way towards them. Okay, so I think this chunk here would also be a good candidate for shoveling. No, I'll finish this one, I guess, first, and then we'll also go pick up all of the saplings which are starting to drop on the ground. I don't think I'm gonna run out of saplings in a real way, but I do worry that, like, you know, it could become something that is a problem. So let's make sure that it is no problem and pick up as many of these as we can. I think we'll set up a forest area just outside of this somewhere, maybe. I think that's probably for the best. Try to make it something which is safe, but for now, we'll chop down as much wood as we can get away with that won't require direct saplings in the future. So, in go the saplings. We've now got 39 sitting around here. I have no, like... it's not that if I don't chop something down, I'm going to die, which is very good. Are you planning to make a 100-day recap video? My biggest priority is making it to 100 days, right? I have never done 100 days in a hardcore world with the hardcore hearts and all that noise. And so it will be a big milestone to me. So I'm going to have to chop down a lot of bamboo. I'm going to make a lot of... In fact, yeah, let's just make a lot of swords all at the same time. So I'm going to use the ones in my house. I'm just going to make a second one. Maybe more than a second one would be good, though. I'm terrified about creepers. I don't know why, but you spend too much time not looking for creepers, and then that's when creepers get you. I have to be thinking about this stuff all the time, which sounds bad, but it's what I've signed up for. Yeah, let's just get... Okay, let's go really silly on sword action right now. Let's use this many swords, chat.
Hello, Toy Cat. I wish I had more time to watch you, but life is always busy. But today I am recovering from knee surgery, so... Female sign.
I need to understand that you are having a good time, and I'm glad that you have provided that. Thank you, Jess Slimmer. Really good to see you. I hope that you're enjoying the Minecraft insanity that we're about to embark upon. This is a... the thing that... so if you... I know you're from the... I know you would have seen the original Super Flat Survival. The things that I'm trying to, like, angle myself differently into this one are really trying to learn from previous mistakes. And so, you know, if you could learn from that mistake, I think the biggest thing I would say about healing is the longer you go through, like, healing processes, the more you kind of, like... Wait, let me make this a meaningful comment on it. One of the things that's kind of hard is, like, the more things break, the longer they actually take to heal. And there's something annoying about that I really don't want to be true. I want it to be the people who spend time to heal, you know, spend time, like, actually fixing themselves are just like, yeah, you know, being cowards or whatever. But I don't think that's actually true. I think that it is very, very hard to heal. And so I hope that you do great with it. Knee surgery. I do believe... Okay, so I've got no swords left. I'm going to make a big block of bamboo stack, one stack. And then I'm going to make... I don't think I should make the rest into sticks because I've got so many sticks already. So I'm going to make a big collection of bamboo blocks. I think I'm going to need these later. And we've got a lot of sticks already. And now we can start making more shovels. By the way, chat, tonight is the night that we'll turn that and everything. So I think I'm going to cover this in regular buttons, not bamboo buttons, by the way. Because I'm going to use a lot of bamboo in the rest of this structure, so it's important to have some identity that isn't bamboo. So a stack of planks becomes a stack of buttons. We need 4 stacks of buttons to do this. But I'll start with 2 just to make sure that I'm not wrong about that. We'll start with the edges. And then move our way in. I'm going to put a fence around this later, but again, right now it's about testing. It's not about fencing. And so this is my way to make sure no mobs can spawn on this. I'm going to go for a fun pattern of every other block, maybe. We go like this and that. And then this and this and this and that. And by doing this, we'll also stop slimes from spawning on here. Or I guess we could test if it works by seeing if any slimes do spawn. Or any other mobs that are too big. Because if we make it every other block, no spiders should spawn here either. I know that buttons should stop mob spawning, but I never believe these mechanics until I've seen them with my own eyes, because you never want to die because of something that you've heard is right, but then turns out not to be. Also, I'm going to eat some apples right now. Speaking of apples, Valeria Bow, do you still play OSRS? I've gone into playing it as kind of like an idle game. I log in every day, I farm some trees, I do some grand exchange trades, and then I log out. It's honestly it's a fun way to play it. It's the kind of like, I don't know, like as a teenager I played RuneScape because I was, I guess you would describe it as time rich, money poor. You know, like I had more time than I knew what to do with. Now my time is a really limited resource. I think to everyone time is a limited resource, but there's always one resource in your life which is the biggest sticking point, right? Like I think for maybe to go too deep or too real. For some people, that like most limited resource might be like, I don't know, like it might be something as valuable as family or friendships or something, right? Like it is. There are lots of valuable resources that we wish we had more of, and so you know, like it might be worth sacrificing a bit of money to save a friendship or a bit of time to save. You know, a lot of people will be willing to spend both those things to help a friend. And some people are the opposite. They'd be willing to spend a friend to, you know, save some money. I don't think that's a very honorable decision, and I hope that those people at least feel bad about what they're doing. But yeah, though I think everyone has a bit of that, and the way I play RuneScape is kind of based on that. Yeah, I'm mostly looking forward to the sailing skill. That's when I'll like play RuneScape again. It's a weird thing to have to do with games. It feels, I don't know, like consumer culture gone crazy or some nonsense like that. But playing a game only when an update comes out makes me, you know, like I feel weird about people who do that for Minecraft. But also I kind of understand that's what people do with my favorite game. And so I kind of feel weird about doing it for other games. But also it's like, yeah, this is one of the ways to enjoy it. So now this will work tonight, chat. I'm going to chop down some wood because it should still be all good if we do that. Yeah, let's chop down just a few pieces of wood. And then as soon as it's dark, we'll get going on the crazy stuff. Okay, so chat, I am going to get an iron ingot tonight. Just you wait. It's going to be a beautiful iron ingot, and I'm not going to die to a creeper or anything while I wait for it. I'm going to be very careful about that. No mobs will spawn on this chunk while I'm waiting, but they should start to spawn up there soon. That's my thinking. Let's see if it matches my reality. And again, we're not replacing these trees. These trees are just here. Oh, there's a creeper there already. Did he spawn there, though? I think he did spawn there. So, yeah, I'm not going to... Also, I should start picking up all these saplings so they don't spawn and cause me even more problems. Speaking of more problems, thank you, John of the Dad.
Long-time member, first-time tax. Just joined the iOS preview and bought the ultra-flat map today.
Oh, congrats!
Looking forward to playing this challenge myself.
I think you have a good time of it. I'm going to knock the creeper into the hole. Okay, into the hole you go. Okay, that was too dangerous for my liking. Okay, so you can see spiders are spawning up there, but they're not spawning down there. This is the safest patch of my map, and so this is where I'm going to hang out while I wait. And if I need to, there's a panic bed there, which I can jump into. But yeah, I'm going to hang out right here so that mobs don't spawn. I want them to spawn not at the bottom, but only at the top. Oh, no! Oh! I have no idea why I heard that phantom noise. It was this creeper. Yeah, I saw my life flashing before me, chat. I heard a creeper noise, and I didn't have the instinct which way to run to get out of its way. Okay. So, another reminder, you know, death is a thing that can occur to any of us at any time. Be careful those buttons, you won't be able to clutch if you fall from the platforms. Yeah, that is an important thing to... that's an important reminder to have, actually. The buttons are a dangerous thing. Might ruin my life. Also, why are no mobs spawning? We're not at the right distance, do you think? If we go back here a bit, maybe? What's the perfect distance where mobs will spawn from this thing? I imagine we're probably a bit further than it if the mob from down there... Yeah, I'm going to get, like, right next to it. Like, over here. This is my bet for where is safest. Am I right about that bet? I don't know. There's been no mobs in a while. It's starting to feel like peaceful core more than hardcore. But that creeper over there is gonna ruin my day eventually. I think we gotta hang out fairly close by. What does the creeper think he's doing? What damage is he going to do down there? Emotionally, quite a lot. I think that's what he's after. So yeah, as you can see, there's no effectiveness to this yet.
Be careful with those buttons. You won't be able to clutch if you fall from the platforms.
That is so true. So, yeah, son of the dad. Wait, sorry, John of the dad. The letter's hidden. John of the dad. Make sure I get that right. I'm really glad that you got into the iOS preview. The way they do that is so weird. You have to like apply for a slot and they do a certain... I'm glad you got it. But I'm also glad that you got the ultra flat map. I really do think this is the best way to play super flat. It was a map that we put together after the experience of, you know, playing hundreds and hundreds of hours in super flat. And just realizing like it could be so much better if it just had these things. It was cool to be able to just add those things. And I think that you'll appreciate them. I hope that you'll appreciate them. So yeah, I'm going to kill these zombie villagers right here. It'd be nicer if they were weaker. Don't get me wrong. I'm going to try not to look at the Enderman. That's my biggest goal. But yeah, we're just going to try and get an iron ingot the normal way. I love that they're zombie villagers, by the way. That would have been so handy if we could have cured those guys. But, yeah, alas. Speaking of alas, I wonder why nothing's spawning. Put bottoms on top of the dirt arch or just remove it entirely. Yeah, that's a good point. That's a really good point. Definitely shouldn't just leave that the way that that is. Are there any light sources we could get right now that would allow me to keep my forest? I know the answer is no, but I just want to believe that it's not. Anyway, let's... I'm going to shovel this in a little deeper. So, like, everything besides a third layer there, I'm going to shovel away. Because this became almost a problem recently. But yeah, there's not been mobs spawning. There's no mobs up there. Okay, there's finally a skeleton. So that skeleton spawned at the very back edge, which makes me think he could only spawn there. Which makes me think if I go further back, more mobs will spawn. It could be a coincidence that there was a skeleton all the way back there. But that's what I'm going to take as my takeaway from this. I'm surprised that there are so few mobs. There's a lot of zombies that just spawn down there, so you can see why I have to fix the mob spawning on the ground. Those 3 zombies wouldn't have spawned down there. They would have spawned up there if it was possible to do so. But it wasn't, and so we'll kill them the nice normal way. This guy's even brought me a sapling. Very kind of him. Appreciate the work you're putting in here, guys. And yeah, I think that... Oh, there we go. That's our... So the zombie just fell to his death. Even though we just brought up the floor here, he's just managed to fall to his death, which is very interesting. The zombies are spawning up there now. I'm going to check behind me, make sure there's nothing. And then we're going to start going crazy. Okay, so we got some more leather armor. That's good. Oh, we're getting a lot of mobs. So he only fell to his death once. We could learn what was doing that to him. Hey, that's good. Love to see this. We're starting to mess up the zombie kills now. I don't think it's worth doing just yet, but it is always good to check. Hey! Love that. So, yeah, I think it's worth letting a bunch more mobs drop. And ideally having one of them kill the skeletons. Oh, this is a full skeleton. It's not one that fell. Oh, okay. So that creeper. Oh, let's get a music disc. Okay, let's do it. Let's do it, chat. Shoot me. Shoot me. Come on. Okay, this is risky. I should heal a little bit. Hey, music disc. Chat, we did it. First music disc. That's enough stress for the night. I'm gonna be honest. I am perfectly okay with not having more of that happen to me. And so here is music disc 11. Fell from the second layer, maybe, says Jonathan Dad. Yeah, I think that's a very good theory. I think the second layer, so we had an extra 3 levels of falling, is almost certainly true. I think I want to get this skeleton to kill a creeper. I think I can do it too. I shouldn't be doing it, but imagine if I had a collection of music discs. That would be nice, right? That would be really nice. So let's just get the skeleton, get him to follow me. A spider just died. Get some food out. Rotten flesh will be fine for the moment. And get him to try and follow me round. Ouch. He's got an enchanted bow, right? Or is that just a very big bow? Or is that a normal sized bow and I'm seeing things? But we just want to get the creeper and the skeleton in the same direction. Oh, whoa! That skeleton vanishing is the creepiest thing. I do not like when Minecraft does that stuff to you. But yeah, he was at least a weakened skeleton. Oh wait, we've proven the concept is working, but also that it needs a lot more, it needs a lot more infrastructure. And today, I intend to provide that. Can you even get a jukebox in this? I remember you couldn't in the regular super flat. Yes, so foxes have a 1% show. Oh, what's happening? Where is the mob? There's a skeleton that is on fire, and I can't see where it is. Is it up there, maybe? I don't know. Something to watch out for emotionally. Let's go put some stuff away now, and then let's put our music disc on display. I would like to get a full collection. I'm definitely gonna have a music box house, right? That's gonna be it's gonna be a key demand of this world. But yeah, we're very much running close to the edge of my storage space in here. I've got a full stack of rotten flesh. So let's just start eating it non-stop. It saves me a lot of pain. And you know what? If you're eating rotten flesh all day, every day, it's kind of a good food. Like, rotten flesh is bad when you mix it with other foods, but I think it's perfectly fine by itself. That's my controversial take. So there we go. Got a new wooden axe. Let's now go up to the top of this. And let's commit to making the farm bigger. I've got the bamboo. I've got the trapdoors. Let's do this. It's the scariest thing, chat. And so I always bring a slime block with me. This slime block is my emergency brake. If I'm about to die, I have a chance of saving myself. So I at least feel like it's my fault that I died. Whereas if you fall to your death, that 1 second where you're about to hit the ground is the worst second of your life. It's like it's the conspiracy theory that the oxygen on planes isn't actually oxygen, it's like knockout gas, so you don't spend your last moments screaming. I don't believe that that's true. I think there's very good reason to believe it's not. But if it was true, that'd be pretty nice of us, right? That'd be a nice thing for that'd be a pretty kind thing for humans to do for each other. Provide just a fewer moments of screaming and dying. Save the rotten flesh for villager trade, says Zoto acronym. Yeah, that's a good point, actually. Yeah, I mean, you could save the other food for villager trades too, you could argue. But it's definitely more important with this stuff. So we're going to go 3 blocks tall for this whole thing. And by doing it in the daytime before we place a ceiling on it, the whole thing works just a bit better. As soon as we have our 3rd block on top of this, everything gets a bit easier. I would rather the gas, says a little bomb. You know, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Okay, so 3 blocks. 1, 2, 3. And then this is... It's not on the 3rd block. Because there's a 3 block full between layers, I think. Yeah, I think... you know what? Worst case, I'm wrong. Yeah, I think there's a chance I'm wrong. You know, it's fine. We'll just keep placing. And then if it's a 3 block gap here, then we're wrong, and we're wrong. Okay, so then we'll replace... I have to find a... get my trapdoors out. I think 59 will cover most of a whole new floor. So place these down. And then we'll remove the stack that brought us up here, just so we can confirm this looks normal. Okay, chat, what do you reckon? Is this looking normal to you? Yeah, 3 blocks full is perfectly fine. I guess we could find out by dropping myself, but nah, I'm fine. Now doing this 3rd layer is safer than doing the previous layers, chat. Because if I fall down, I'll only fall 6 blocks and not to my death. The exception is the very edge over here, where if a skeleton spawned behind me right now, it's just kind of game over. But we kind of just hope that that doesn't happen. It's daytime. The rate of skeleton spawning in the daytime is not 0, but it's as close to 0 as we can realistically hope for. And so mob farm, time goes heavy. Why not look for a mob grinder tutorial? I think that this is a funny thing to suggest. I totally understand why people have the instinct that way. I think it's fun to have your own thing. When you're massively wrong about efficiency, it sucks. But my experiences on Bedrock, you aren't that much worse off just designing your own farms versus finding the most efficient ones. The most efficient Bedrock farms are way less efficient than the most efficient Java ones. And you can make that situation of Bedrock worse if you want to. But I kind of see it as like, yeah, actually, this is the version of the game where you don't need to be glued to searching tutorials. Like, you can search them out when you want to if you want to learn about mechanics and all that noise. But it's on console and on Java, it was much more important to, like, know exactly how these things worked, because it wouldn't do this unless you did that. I think that's my truth, at least. I like the view of the bamboo fence from up here. Yeah, this is the best spot on the map for looking at it. I like that as it grows too, it will get even cooler. I think there's a little, yeah, it's nice. The outer perimeter is slowly coming in. You can also see just how much of the map I've had to shovel in. it's a lot of it. I'm going to be finishing those chunks over there, that little corner, and then these 3 chunks, and then those 4 chunks, and then we're ready to go, which is why I'm doing this now. I think we're finally ready for it all to happen. And then after this gets good enough that it works at night, we cover it in a big roof so that it works in the day. It's a bit of a scary idea, but it is one we're going to do, because having a 24/7 mob grinder is double as efficient as one that only works at night, in my humble opinion. By the way, we're getting pretty close to 50 days. Bear in mind that every Minecraft day is at least 10 minutes. It can never actually be exactly 10 minutes. Because sleeping doesn't take 0 seconds, and you can't sleep. But, you know, a Minecraft day is in theory only 10 minutes. But that still means 7 hours is the minimum amount of time you need to spend to get here. It's pretty cool, okay, to think about that. That this is 7 hours into a world, and we're still like, okay, we just need some iron, because the iron will get me copper, and the copper will eventually get me gold, which will eventually get me things I actually want. Because some people look at that and they think it's terrifying. I love the grind. I don't know why I love the grind, but I am in love with this grind. I recently designed a low-resource pathfinding mob farm that uses only solid blocks without trapdoors. It's a bit tricky, but it's decently efficient. Did you not use trapdoors as some, like, protest against trapdoors, or was there a good reason, Jackson Percy? Be curious to hear. These square biomes are so cursed-looking. Especially the contrast that we have putting them next to each other. It was fun to pick the order of biomes that we did, I do have to say. Basically, specifically for that reason. Love the way it causes confusion amongst people. So we'll put a block over here. And then one over... Okay, we'll use the second axe. Break that. And we should probably have another couple blocks over here. And then we could trapdoor up the side of the block there. It's not quite what we need or want in life, but it does fine. And then this corner we're not going to fill in either. We could... I don't want mobs falling off the wrong way, so I'm going to try and prevent that where I can. So 2 more blocks here, just for more mob spawning surface. Make some more bamboo planks, whole stack of them in fact. And let's finish these blocks in this corner. So 2 blocks here. And then I think that's a whole floor we've just finished. Wow, very efficient, I have to say. So now that we've done this whole floor, we go up a 4th time now, chat. And we do it again. So, we stack on top of the trapdoor. 1, 2, 3. You know, I don't know that I trust that this is perfect, actually. So I'm gonna jump down, and I'm gonna see for sure. That's bad, right, chat? Yeah, I made a mistake. So, whoopsie. You can see the mistake quite clearly, looking at it from the outside. So that's probably easily fixable by moving the trapdoors down 1 block. But it is a mistake. You know, I said like, oh, I should just test this just in case. And then I thought, nah, that'd be silly. Why would I need to test it? Why would I need to? And now I'm realizing, oh yeah, there was a good reason. There's testing is not an option for something. Move the first floor down. Do you think move the first floor down, or you could raise your floor one layer at the bottom? Also confused cat, says David Solomano. Thank you, Moo! Also, as a particularly crazy frog once said, bing, bing, ding, bing, okay, I can't be bopping to Crazy Frog while I'm on top of one of the biggest death hazards in this world. That is a luxury activity that is not designed for moments like this, and I should seriously reconsider my obligations if I think that it is. You should build a wall around it so mobs spawn easier, like a mob farm. Yeah, that's an interesting point. I was gonna just build a pyramid thing again, because I like the idea of the pyramid. But if we make it a box, yeah, that might actually make more sense. So, yeah, there's a 3-block gap between this floor and the one above it, which is a problem that I don't know how we would easily fix. I could use ladders, maybe. That's my best solution for this one. So I'll just place 3 ladders here. But yeah, right now the problem is mobs will fall here, and they'll take a half block damage, which is bad. I have to deal with this later, but I think I have to move the whole mob farm down or place some ladders. I could test some ladders. Yeah, let's just for fun, right? Place a couple ladders there. I don't think they do anything. So let's just make sure we don't die. Yeah, you know, we made a mistake. Let's stick by it. I'm going to be doing a little bit of mob killing tonight. Just a little bit. Or maybe we shouldn't. No, not until more of the ground has been shoveled. It's exciting to me, but excitement is not a reason to neglect your obligations. You wasted like 5 minutes just break and rebuild, says Draco Bandit. Nah. You misunderstand how committed I am to not making mistakes by committing to my mistakes too long. You totally misunderstand the situation here. So, yeah, this chunk here is one that's going to have to be shoveled in. It's just a must. So we'll move these 3 blocks up and replace them with shovels. And we'll go shovel crazy again. This time, basically eliminating any spawnable surface within 4 chunks off the platform. Entirely intentional. Yeah, I do have to say, I think if we... Yeah, hear me out, right? If we... You know, it sounds like place some slabs on the bottom there. Oh, yeah. If we just build the bottom up, we could save it that way. And then that way we'd also solve the problem down there. Yeah, imagine making it half slabs and half buttons. It'd be really weird to walk on that way, though. Shovel fever. Okay, so... Yeah, we've got lots of solutions that don't involve breaking and replacing. And so I can use any of those. But I am in that kind of delicate situation of, like, the simplest way to stick to the plan would be to redo everything. But I would rather not have to. And so I will go through a lot of effort to avoid precisely that situation. So... There's lots more buttons that need to be placed, including one right here. Just place it right back down and then continue with the shoveling. So many shovels happening today. What happens if you try to shovel beneath bamboo? That's an interesting question. What do you think happens, chat? Let's find out. You cannot, is the answer. Sad. Filling the bottom fully with buttons might help, says Richard Townsend. Yeah, I think... we can fill it with trapdoors too. I bet that would do something useful. I don't know how useful, but it would be great. So chat, here's a pro tip. You're meant to hold wine glasses by the stem. If you hold them by the stem, then you don't get the wine cold with your hand. Wait, no, the wine warm with your hand. Honestly, there's a lot of, it's kind of like a birthday thing. There's a lot of weird societal cultural stuff where, like, it's absurd on this, like, the whole, like, oh yeah, shake hands when you meet someone so you can prove that neither of you have a weapon and you can both be trusted. Or like, oh yes, wine glasses need to be held in a certain way because otherwise you'd get the wine warm. It's an interesting concept. That's what it is. So with that said, this is now another chunk biting the dust. Very, very enjoyable. And I'm going to put my rotten flesh away and start killing some regular mobs. If only because I think, in chat, I do need librarians to trade for ender pearls, presumably later, or something along those lines. And so I'm going to start with whatever food I can get my hands on. And hopefully kill a fox. If I got a diamond, chat, I would be able to play music discs, and that would be beautiful. I don't expect a diamond, but I am going out today hoping and believing for a diamond. So if we could all just manifest a little bit together, that would be nice. If we could all just picture it in our mind's eye happening, me getting one, then it makes the possibility of it happening more likely, according to mystical women on the internet. I hold the entire wine bottle for greater efficiency. No, that's why they have the stem on the wine bottle too. You've got to hold it from the top, and then that's how you get the best grip, I find. Good night, lovely budgies, and happy birthday. Happy birthday to you too, David Solimano. I hope it is a wonderful birthday where you are, and not a sad birthday. There are many sad birthdays in the world. So, I am just here for foxes with diamonds in their mouth. All these other type of foxes are just getting in the way. Good to see Toycat finally upgraded his graphics card, says Dr. Powerslide. It's funny, I don't want to admit it, but there's something I do in the text, but just for the, like, I usually use the preview hider when I'm on the preview, but right now it's like just an easy answer to the question. Toycat, how do you have the days played? And it's like, the answer's there. I don't have to feel bad about not giving it. Because, like, I used to be able to say, like, read the description, but YouTube has recently started removing the description on live streams. They're like, yeah, no one reads them anyway, so we'll get rid of it. Which is an interesting problem, right? The chicken and the egg, I guess, is what you might call that. Should YouTube remove descriptions because no one is using them, or should people use descriptions because they are there? I think tech companies overwhelmingly try to pick the option of, like, we have to follow what the users want. I would like to say, this is my... Can we talk very briefly about the concept of enshittification? Just for a second, just a little bit, right? I think the most interesting problem that people have is like, oh, I really hate this change that this place is making, but I'm going to keep on using the service anyway because, it's still, I don't like that they've changed it, but it's great. This is wonderful. So I'm just gonna complain about it. That is the perfect amount of hate for you to have with a company. Because one, you'll talk about the company, and you'll get other people to talk about the company, even if they're talking about how much they hate it. You're still like, oh yeah, can you believe Uber Eats charges £2.49 for delivery? People are like, wait, really? Everyone was talking about how great and how expensive it is, and it's £2.49. Wow, I should start using this Uber One subscription that everyone's complaining about, or whatever it is. But I think beyond that, it's also like, yeah, it means if you hate something so much that you'll complain but still use it, it means they've squeezed just the right amount of profit out of you. The correct move to make, the right answer to when there is a company making moves that you don't like from them, when Twitter removes your favorite feature, or when like delivery gets too expensive, is you just say, oh, I won't order that then. If you say like, well, I have to order it, then it's like, well, then you're admitting that you'll pay whatever price they have, and that's actually much, much worse. As we say at work, users are losers. That's an especially weird thing to say at your work, I feel like. So, by the way, these foxes are meant to have things in their mouth, but try as I might to kill foxes, I feel like he's just not giving me any. You should have one. You should. Where is it, Mr. Fox? I'm going to kill these sheep just while we're here. It's going to be a nice, productive day of killing enemies. Oh, sorry, that fox has something in his mouth. I don't know what it is. I just know that I want it. So, do you still have your iron shovel? I do. What do you think I should use it for, Mr. J-Man? Oh, no, he doesn't have something in his mouth. I'll kill him anyway, just to make sure that they don't drop anything without anything in their mouth. But it is just senseless fox violence I'm doing. Anyway, it's a really interesting problem to have, to be like, yep, I hate this service so much, but I'm just going to keep on using it anyway. And the easiest way past that is, a word I kind of like this is like, yeah, if you see that the price on an Uber is too expensive, don't take it. I watched a YouTuber recently. He was very, he's a big, I think maybe the biggest tech YouTuber on the platform. Sure, he's a lovely guy in lots of ways. But the most fascinating thing that was like, wow, I cannot believe you admitting that in a video, was him being like, oh yeah, so I used to notice when I first started using Uber to go for a 2-hour drive, because it was the easiest way to get to the other side of the country. It cost £100 a week to use Uber, and then the journey went up to 120 and 150. And it's like, yeah, at some point you've got to say, no, I will not pay that, because otherwise prices will keep going up. Like, that's the... Because I think I was kind of talking about earlier, like, if you don't think about how the world works, it must be scary that just everything is just happening randomly, arbitrarily, all the time. And your one control of that is to be a good consumer and say, like, okay, what are the things I do and don't want? What are my limits? What are my things? It's very easy for a company to convince me not to give them money, says Joshua Marks. Yeah, that is the dream situation to be in, is for companies to want to serve your needs rather than for you to serve them, right? And as someone who is price flexible, or rather, very price flexible, that's good. If you're price insensitive, that's probably quite bad, because, like, price goes up 20%, you'll pay it. Price goes up 50%, you'll pay it. There's a type of good, this is a bit of a nerdy economics talk, but there are types of goods that as they go more expensive, more people desire them. Like some clothes manufacturers, as they put up prices, they become more and more exclusive. More people get excited by them. I recently learned what a Canada Goose jacket cost. I thought it was like, oh, it's a funny jacket. It's named like the animal. I think the animal is very, very, very lovely. But I recently learned what it costs to wear a jacket, I believe, made from the animal. I think it was at least one point made from the animal. But yeah, it is thousands of pounds for a jacket, and it's not that their material costs are thousands. It doesn't cost £1,000 to kill a goose. I can assure you. I tend to only use Uber Eats. The service and return policy was awful, so I deleted my account and went to Just Eat. Yeah, so that's the funny thing. Enough people get such a bad refund experience at Uber that they moved to another platform. The Uber made it better. I remember it was so bad at one point. I had an order arrive where 2 of the items were wrong, and one of the items was missing its, like, imagine it was like chicken and rice. Just the rice arrived. And so it was an order I made with some friends. And they were just like, oh yeah, so we can offer you like a 20% refund as a gesture of goodwill. And it's like, no, we ordered 6 dishes and we got nothing that we asked for. No one could eat happily. I think one of my friends ate just a bowl of dry noodles. You didn't do your job. But they're like, yeah, this is our firm final offer. We're going to give you a 20% refund. Thank you for using Uber Eats. And I think the logic was actually pretty solid. They assumed that they could have bad refunds, and like refunds only affect like a tiny percent of users, so like whatever. But the amount of the people who will just stop using a service because they have a bad refund experience is really high, which is why most companies do offer refunds. A lot of people think it's like a legally obligated thing, and in some places that is true. But I looked into it recently because I was curious. In the US, there are very few consumer protections that say you deserve a refund like there are in Europe. But almost all companies give them to you anyway, because they know that if you're a scorned customer, you won't come back. Like, it's basically saying, yeah, every year we give you $3 so that you will continue to use us as a company. Anyway, I think, when is he going to start to breed pig? I don't have any carrots yet, Gravta. I really want to start breeding pigs, but I don't have the carrots. I'm collecting the bones for them. Look at my bone meal collection. But you have to get carrots from zombies, and I've gotten so much iron but no carrots, which is a very weird problem to have. It's not the ordinary way that people have this one, but it is the problem that I'm having. And so I would like to say funny, but also a bit of a problem. Also, it's very satisfying to see this corner finally be filled in. I think it might lure me into a false sense of security, honestly. But as long as everything's behind that line, I'm feeling more than fine. Okay, so all the way over to here. And then all the way over to there. There's a few blocks where mobs can spawn, but we'll deal with those later. For now, I guess my house is another hotspot. Later, I'm going to build on this. Later, I do intend to expand my house, chat. This is a weird house, don't get me wrong. It's made from a lot of temporary blocks, but I should just make sure that mobs can spawn on what we currently consider to be part of the house. And so let's make sure that they don't. There we go. Looks good to me. Same with this. I would love to hoe the ground and put wheat in it. I think I probably just should. It's so close to my house that I definitely should, actually. Yeah, we'll leave this little strip that is so many blocks wide. But I think it would just be irresponsible to leave any more than that. So that is done there. Now we'll take these out and turn my wool into carpet. And then just fill the last of these blocks. Anything that can't be carpeted should be turned into the other stuff. So 2 more blocks, one there, and now just a little bit left to go. And like you can see, my house is safe. My house is a very safe place for very safe people. This is less so. I really don't know what to do about it. And you know what you do when you don't know what to do? You procrastinate endlessly and achieve nothing. Yeah, it's I think that is one of the biggest like human being flaws, I would say. Why aren't you taking your forest down? Yeah, the forest coming down is such a priority, but it's such a pain of an activity to do. I thought it wasn't. I thought it was cool, but after I got far enough through it and not enough of it was being destroyed, I was like, oh yeah, this is a task of just aimlessly searching forever for the last few pieces of wood which count as the top of their trees. But we'll finish the forest taking down, and then we'll finish the dirt shoveling, and then in a couple of days I think we'll be fully mob-proofed, which means I can finally get it'll be exciting, right? I'll finally be able to have a carrot, which means I'll finally be able to start breeding pigs, because I haven't even picked a place for the pigs to go. I think like the pigs and the trees and all this stuff needs to be like carefully considered. So carefully consider I shall. Procrastination is one of the worst things. Yeah, procrastinating can feel really good sometimes. So much of the world, like social media really sucks so much less when you're not procrastinating being on there. I don't know if this is true for anyone else, actually. I'll say for me, that's true. That it's way more fun to be on social media when there's something else you need to be doing. It's perfect for filling those idle moments of time that we'd otherwise spend growing or thinking or doing a task. Like it's... so without procrastination, we wouldn't have the joy of doom scrolling and all those other fun things. But I also think that I missed the Flat World Realm Harrison made. Might download it from my Google Drive. Kill witches for glowstone to use glowstone under the forest. That way you can still grow them. Yeah, Shantiator Wiggy. I think that's going to have to be the eventual plan. I really would like to grow the forest somewhere nearby. But even just the leaves are providing, like, a bit of a danger. I think I can't have this close to the mob farm. I'm not ready to admit that yet. I'll get there eventually, but I'm just not there at the current moment. I hate procrastinating so much. If you hate procrastinating, all you've got to do is plan not to do it. Oh no, you got to plan to do it, right? And then, as long as you plan to procrastinate, you'll never get around to it. Okay. Always scary. I don't like it a lot. So chop down from the bottom again now. Just a few more trees. I'm gonna have so much wood. Don't even know what to do with it. Binge watching a goated anime series like Solo Leveling. It's funny. There's not been many. Anime is something that I feel like is like in a lot of adjacent communities to gaming, in a weird way. But I've never like felt too inspired to watch one. Every time I try, I'm like, oh yeah, well this is just, it's cartoons with a quirky concept, which I think we should have more often. I feel like we should be able to make more Western style animation that has quirky concepts. Like the reason why almost anything is good is because it is an interesting idea, right? And why don't we have more interesting ideas? Wow, look at me with my $1 billion thoughts right here. So I'm doing something while watching social media, winning. Is YouTube social media? It's a really interesting question. Chat, what do you reckon? Is YouTube a form of social media? I feel like we wouldn't count it as social media if it came out today. If it came out today, we'd call it like Netflix. But not, it's like a move. And, Netflix considers YouTube to be their biggest competitor. Something which I think is fascinating. But, yeah, okay, we've destroyed a lot of this forest. There's no way it's not all coming down after that. So go in the house, chop down, put some stuff away. Just a reminder, by the way, there's quite a few moments where I would have died if I had a zombie with a sword come after me. It's something I need to, like, really drill into my brain. I am not playing this at a 100% safety level. We need to be playing at, like, airline crash safety levels as opposed to car crash safety levels. In a car, you know, like, to avoid car crashes, it's like, oh yeah, let's look both ways before we leave a junction or whatever, things like that. But with planes, it's like, let's check 3 times before we do something dangerous, and let's say out loud to ourselves what we need to do. Because if you say something out loud, it's a weird psychological effect that you'll do it more. It's one of the things that I find useful about the videos we make here on the internet. I was arguing with someone in the comments of a Dick Van Dyke video, so that counts as social media. Yeah, YouTube has social media, right? It has a social ability in there, even if it's not. YouTube is whatever YouTube decides that day. Back in the early days, it was much more about that. Before, this makes me sound like a boomer, but before like algorithms and, you know, AI and all that noise, YouTube was just, oh yeah, here is a homepage. It's the most popular video in each category, plus some videos we think that you'll like. You know, videos that YouTube, the site, had found and figured, yeah, you might enjoy this. It's something Twitter tried to do too briefly. Was they tried to have like, oh yeah, here are tweets we think you would enjoy, and they'd be like specifically curated. And curation is something everyone loves until they realize that not only is it expensive to get someone good to curate something, but also, like, well, everyone has different preferences. It's the ultimate problem tech is trying to solve, is that we're all different human beings. And so we're like, what if instead of trying to, like, learn to get along better together and all that stuff, what if instead of that, we all just lived in separate worlds where we didn't have to get along? The internet allows that to happen. Allows you to solve some of your biggest problems, which is great, especially for some, you know, groups of people. Very, very easy to lure them into the net of that. I never used to talk on YouTube before. I think streaming has made me more active on the app. I think that's a good sign. I think one of the problems YouTube has with streaming, I want to talk about this briefly, because have you noticed that YouTube Shorts stopped being on the homepage chat? I think they might have come back by now, but they took them away for a few days as like a test of some form. And I kind of realized that YouTube treats streaming like they treat shorts, which is to say, yeah, they want creators to do it. They'll be like, yeah, good job on your doing this. But also, just so you know, the real end result is always in the videos. The reason that I struggle to do, you know, the reason that the streams are always like this, this trade-off for me, is that I love doing it. I love long playing anything. It's the whole reason, if you've ever looked into how I started making Minecraft videos, it's that. It's just, I like to show things in their entirety. There's a purity to it that really matters to me. But, yeah, despite that, okay, so I think I'm going to go to sleep early tonight. I've got 2 full stacks of wood, by the way. I've mostly solved the darkness problem, too. That's a good one. But yeah, if you ever, the problem is it's like, yeah, YouTube ultimately at the end of the day is like, even though we're going to push shorts and live, it's going to be in like brief bursts. And we still want you to be a YouTube long creator only. Which is good sometimes. When it works, it really works. But when it doesn't, it really doesn't. Okay, so this is my safe space. I'm going to get in third person, and I'm going to see what the farm does. Chat, if mobs fall from that top level to the second level and then start dying, that is bad news for me. If that doesn't happen, that is good news for me. I probably should have started a little bit later, but it's fine. I am fine. I am just going to keep staring at it. I'm going to go home briefly. I've got some extra blocks that I'm going to empty out tomorrow anyway. And put the dirt in there, and this and that, and the leather, and even the raw mutton. Just make sure we've only got the purest of ingredients. And let's just do another check. So a spider spawned down there. That shouldn't be possible, chat. Oh, the buttons should make that not doable. But a spider has ignored those rules anyway. He's gone now, sadly. So let's check it again. Anything interesting happening? You seeing any mobs spawning? There's a perfect distance we've got to be, but I genuinely couldn't tell you what it is right now. I believe it's between 64 and 128 blocks, but I can't be sure of that. It feels like it just works or it doesn't. There's a, there's two outcomes. It's 50-50. But yeah, I guess we could stand here. Oh, there we go. Something spawned, then immediately despawned. So do I have to get a little bit closer? Is that what it is? Or a little bit further away? The fact that there's no mobs spawning over there is telling. Okay, so if I stand here, do you see any mobs spawning, chat? Check behind me. No. It's very weird. There we go. So that spider spawned on the closest block, which means that I could be closer and mobs would spawn on further away ones. So spider just spawned up there, also on the closest block. That is something we can solve later if we want to. Just put like one button per platform. But I think spiders spawning isn't a bad thing. I do need some spiders right now. But and I guess we'll just turn into string. The reason we need spiders is so we can make some scaffolding, by the way. I don't think spiders can fall off, though. I think we've set the gaps in such a way that won't actually work. I'm hoping some other mobs will spawn alongside spiders, but I currently have no evidence that convinces me that will be true. There's just a lot of spider deaths happening, and a lot more spiders spawning to replace them. Yeah, very, very interesting. Put trapdoors around the pit, maybe. Yeah, I think that's what... I think the edges of this should be something else. Okay, just... It's all spiders. Very, very interesting that it's all spiders. So, these just spawn down there. So, oh, there we go. Regular zombie. Oh, 2 regular zombies. Okay. I want this guy's helmet real bad. Please give it to me. Okay, rude. And then I want that skeleton to... Okay, you know what? He probably fell down, right? Yeah. Okay. Hey! AJ White! Thank you. I got terrified. My brain slowed down. Like, what threat is happening? Am I dead? Etc. Pleased to know that that's not true. Also pleased to know that I am slowly working my way towards getting... Oh god, he's got armor on. Working my way towards the most crucial thing. There's creepers up there, so I can't go down. I've got to lure the enemies towards me. And then I've got to go for them. Oh, enchanted gear. Love that. So if this creeper could just get near a skeleton, that would be great too. But yeah, I'm looking for... Additionally, I'm looking for carrots. Remember, chat? Carrots are good. I could use those. I'm going to trade these leggings for those leggings. I don't think I need to keep the leather around, so I'm just going to drop it in the hole. And most importantly, I'm going to keep doing my backwards, my rear checks. They are important. But yeah, today is going to be a good day for getting my hands on a lot of... Please, skeleton, please fall down. I would love to have... Okay, look up. If again, a falling creeper is something I can avoid. There we go, we got a skeleton, he's got armor on. And I've got a creeper here. So all I'll do is I'll get the skeleton to follow me. Until this happens, I want a second disc. I want a second disc pretty bad. And so I'm willing to make that happen. It's an awkward process to actually do. There we go. Do it again. Okay, I'll bring the 2 mobs closer together. Oh, did it just happen? It didn't. So we're going to walk this way a little bit. Okay. It's not working right now. Okay. In between, go. Shoot me, skeleton. Oh, shoot me again, skeleton. Oh, he's just not doing it. There's so many mobs spawning there, though. So clearly there's a perfect range near where I am. Or it takes some time to warm up and slow down, or whatever else it is. Please don't blow up. Thank you. I have to heal up a tiny bit because I have taken some damage. I don't think this guy's weak. Yeah, he's not. He just happens to be hanging out. So, that guy's a wooden sword, right? Oh, nice. We got a chain helmet. This guy's just a stick. So I want to kill all the enemies at the bottom there. And I want to do so as safely as possible. We have to check behind us quite regularly, just in case. Give me a carrot, someone, please. I just want a carrot. Is that so much to ask for? So yeah, I'm going to lure them away from the site. Check behind me, make sure it's safe. And then go 1, 2, 3. Come on, someone give me a carrot. I want some pigs. And I want them now. Oh, getting shot quite badly. Oh, gold chest plate. Nice. So get back, eat. And then I think we should get out our boat. we are starting to have reasons to use it. And then we can just use it real quick. Oh, he shot me so quickly. What shot me there? Was it postpartum or is he in the post-mortem? Not postpartum. I think that's something else entirely. So yeah, just eat another raw pork chop. Run, toy cat, don't die. I hope so too. I hope I'm not an annoyance in chat, says Chilius Bean. I think the vast majority of people who think they are not. Okay, I am dead. This is bad. Whew. So I would love to kill these guys in the morning, and that is precisely when I'm going to kill them. I'm at 4 hearts. That's good for me right now. Upgrade my helmet. Go to sleep. I shouldn't have slept with the door open. That was a mistake. I hope I don't regret. Okay, are we safe? I'm safe. So all the mobs that were under there are now dead, it seems, besides this one zombie. I'll finish off the zombie. We're good. Chat thinks you got a carrot earlier, but I went back and checked and I don't know. Yeah, we'll go back and look at the mess. I would love a carrot. I think it's that thing where you hear someone say carrot, chat, and then you're like, oh, must have a carrot then. But I think it was, what is it, like when I put, like priming, where someone says a word so you believe it more. So this is a protection-free chest plate. I'm definitely having that. This is a big win for my world. Plus we're getting some extra strength. Wish I had a carrot by now. It's wild to have so many iron ingots but no carrots. But it's a thing we've got to accept, chat. This area down here definitely needs fewer mob spawning. Why no shield, says Jordan Noble. Is it worth investing iron in making sure that I can get more iron? Like, is it riskier to spend the resources on something that I could spend less time risking if I didn't have? I can see the argument both ways, but I am trying to take the safe one, personally. Go for a bread. Then switch out and eat some raw beef. And then I think we should start making some scaffolding too. But that's fine. I am slowly improving my gear. I feel like we have a very good collection of it right now. And so let's make a gear chest. I think this is going to be one that's useful for me. Just a chest with my gear inside of it. This is going to go here. And, you know, just for now. Later we can always sort out something different. Stuff like this protection-free cap. Useful to have. Won't do anything right now. We'll have to later combine it in an anvil or something. But yeah, chat, I've got 2 iron so far. I think using half my iron would not be a good idea. That's my personal professional take, is that is not a smart use of resources. Also, I think these areas here are just spawning in too many mobs. And so even though I want to build something over there, I think I should shovel it all off. At least these 2 chunks here. That one I maybe will use, but these ones I'm definitely not going to. Oh, it's raining over here. Maybe it's raining everywhere. maybe that's the real truth of it. So, Cat, if it means losing your world or needing to vert an extra piece of iron, I would go shield all the way. But the thing is, how... I guess I could have the shield and then only use it in emergencies, right? I can see the logic in that. What do you reckon, chat? Do you think it's worth having a shield as the emergency last resort, don't die? Because it will take me a little longer to get water. By the way, if I had iron right now, I would be able to put a cauldron down, and I would already have a filled cauldron. Will this map get a 1.21 update, says Mega vs Prime? Yes, we've already made it, so it's, or I've already made my bit of it. There's a really fun update happening to the structure side of it, is what I'll say. Because you don't need to update the non-structure side of it. I guess you could hide some vaults in the ground or something. Shield. It might be worth it. Hard to say. Team shield. I would have to use it so sparingly, chat. Just to be clear here. Like, we would have to actively be like... We would conserve it a lot. Because it has 200 uses or something. And we need it to last me for 1,200 mob kills. Or 1,200 zombie kills, not mobs in general. So for something like 3,000 mob kills, only 1 in every 12 could I use it. No shield, you seem to be surviving, fine enough. Yeah, it's weird. I wonder, I didn't make one on the last super flat. It went great for me there, but I also died a lot on the last super flat, so I mean, there is that counter argument to be fair. I'm going to combine the two bows together. Oh, I don't know why it's saying so sticky. Doesn't want to go up there. Combine these together, just get a slightly better bow. And then let's make a few more shovels just for this area over here. It's going to have a negligible impact on spawning, but we are at the point where these small negligible impacts are going to make a big difference to our overall gain. And so it is worth doing all the same. So let's go. Shovel time. I'm going to drop this on the floor. You know, I should store it somewhere, I'm sure. But I'm not sure that I want to. Yeah, that chunk over there is going to be my chest room, I think. I think I'm going to store chests in there. I kind of want to make the entire place out of chests. I think that's always the dream, to make the chest house out of chests. What do you reckon, chat? Chest house chest? I reckon it's a good idea. But yeah, now we've gone through this. We'll also do, yeah, I think we should do the chunk just behind it too. This one back here isn't going to be anything. And so just in case it helps out with the cause, we'll spend some time doing the bare minimum part of it. Chest out chest is yes. That's a lot of entities. Yeah, I do have to consider that I want to have, I want to have a bunch of pigs. And so I've got to consider where they're going to go. I think the logical place for pigs is probably this corner here. Maybe just beyond it. Like, just outside over here. We'd have, like, a little hole. No, there's no rain there. So we'd go... If we're going to have a pig hole somewhere, I'd say the logical place is probably just beyond this boundary. Like, if we put it just beyond here, let's say, we'd have the pigs be somewhere that I'm not going to notice most of the time. Might be a good idea. 4080 and 64 gigabytes of RAM, nice. Is it a 4080? Oh, I thought it was a 3080 until just now. Thank you for that, L-Killer. Yeah, only 64 gigabytes of RAM is a, I think it's a controversial one, because it's quite cheap to make the upgrade to 128 or 256. But I never needed more than 32 gigabytes, and so to my mind, I'm already making quite the upgrade. But appreciate if that's not a decision you'd make. Okay, so let's this whole set of chunks back here isn't worth shoveling because they're not going to be rendered in while I'm hanging out over there. And so instead we're going to go deal with those chunks. They are the last ones, chat. They are the very last ones. It is exciting. Don't care about shield up to now. Why waste the iron? Cauldron, says Vitaj. Yeah, if I could just get a cauldron a little bit sooner, it might save my life in a more serious way. Because I would spend less time doing it. This is the thing about dangerous activities in general you have to work out. But it's especially hard when it's like, if you have to spend more time doing the dangerous activity to pay for making the dangerous activity safer. That's when things get like, oh, yeah, I don't know that there is a good answer to this one. And that's where we kind of are right now. So let's make a ton of bamboo buttons. Because we need to have these points here have the buttons on. Shovel it in. Replace this with some dirt. And place the button down. And then continue shoveling the rest of the chunk. Yeah, after this, so after these chunks all around here are done, chat, I can't believe to say it, but we'll have done the almost undoable of having every mob spawning block that isn't in that chunk there gone, besides what I'm going to build into a chest house. We may need to go destroy the forest and build a wall around your spawner, fences maybe. Yeah, I like the idea of like a big high set of fences, rather than just one, we could use multiple. And then you'd have to have like something to stop it from spilling over. Yeah, I think there's a good idea there. I think there's something in that. Okay, so I'm gonna make another crafting table, or just use that one over there. In the meantime, let's turn this into another block with some buttons on, and then do the same with this one. It's important. It's taken me a while to get around to them, but I'm finally doing it. And now shovel time. I think these are the last ones we're breaking today, chat. This is a momentous occasion to say that shovel time is almost over. But it is. We are almost officially there. So we'll shovel all the way across these 3 and a bit chunks all at the same time. It'll be just a little bit easier that way, I think. And when it breaks, we switch right out. Toycat logic, is it safer to... Also, if you don't have a dedicated GPU, then you'll probably get max 32 chunks. It's crazy to me that even an integrated graphics card can do 32 chunks, though, when the Xbox Series X is like 18 chunks. Or the Xbox One X, sorry. So, speaking of, I think I want to spend some time playing around with the Series X, for what it's worth. But yeah, time for the future. So, I do have to say the situation I'm in is a little scary. It definitely requires some mob proofing to be done here. And so that is going to be one of my next big priorities. Also, we're going to start shoveling from anywhere. We should start from the closest to the mob spawner. To me, that makes the most sense. I don't think anything is spawning out in these chunks anyway. But if it was, it would spawn in the bits closest to the spawner. And so these are the areas that it is most logical to remove from. Toycat, it's safer to drive 100 miles per hour because you spend less time where the car accidents happen. I'm still on Team Water though, so you know, that isn't... There's a... one of the most interesting questions is, if it's raining, right, and you want to get home not wet, is it better to run home, you know, like, so you spend less time in the rain? Or is it better to walk home and spend more time in the rain, but have less rain on you? Because when you run, you get a bit more rain. And a similar question is like, does it expend more energy? Also curious why you shoveled sideways when you can sprint shovel going forwards. You know, sprint shoveling is a frivolous waste of my resources. I know I sprint everywhere all the time anyway, but I'm trying to train myself not to. Is the official reason for that answer. Also, yeah, we are really just packing up, but going crazy on the wood right now. Speed walking. Yeah, speed walking is dangerous. Is Minecraft inherently better on the Xbox than on PS5? Right now, yes, but they're going to fix that, hopefully. They've said they're going to fix that, I should say. Which is good news, I think. So yeah, tomorrow is going to be our first big day grinding away. So, outside of the shoveling, which is important, yeah, I think the shoveling might actually have to be all today. Even though this isn't probably perfectly necessary, for the sake of making the place look pretty, it is. And, you know, aesthetics are important. So, Kat, is your cup upside down, says Hannah? No, I think it's your streamer's upside down. Are you watching from Australia, maybe? Glass looks perfectly right way up to me. Okay, so... I think it'd be better... It's better to run if there's no puddles. You get the same amount of water as run with walking. Okay, here you go. Let's show you sprint shoveling. As you can see, very, very wasteful of resources. Going through all my raw beef right now. And it's a little bit of a walk back when we collapse through one. Yeah, I think in most games I'm sprinting all the time. It's one of the fun things about this challenge. It's kind of like forcing me to, live slowly. That's a fun term people are using a lot right now, right? Is slow living. And it's funny because I feel like so many of the concepts we create as a society, we have to act like we're reinventing the wheel when we're like trying to describe something very simple that people are already doing. It's like, you know what? Relaxation is important. How do we get more of that in our life? What if we invented like a specific term for it? Yeah, that would be real good. What could we call relaxing more, taking more breaks? It's like slow living. I think rebranding ideas is something we just do all the time. Because once an idea is successful enough, we stop thinking of it as being unique. So someone needs to come around and be like, what if your taxi was like on a phone? You've been watching the minimalism videos? I had a debate with a Swedish person recently. They were like, the worst thing that our country has done to the world is IKEA. Minimalism should not be what people desire. People should desire... instead of that, people should desire maximalism. You know, people should desire homes that look lived in. And I thought that was the craziest thing I've ever heard. I've never heard anything where I'm like, how do you desire a home that looks messy? How can that be a thing? But also at the same time, it's like that's the fun thing, right? Is we're always moving back and forth, which we're always reinventing the same ideas and being like, but look, it's so different now. Imagine this, right? Fast food, but it's slightly slower than fast. Imagine like someone actually cooks it from hand. I see this a lot in like in the circles of Twitter that like clearly are people earning like 6-figure salaries, being like, yeah, I don't want to eat food out of the back of a such as some food delivery truck, and so I only eat at the finest restaurants of hand. And it's like you're inventing luxury. You're inventing the idea that as you get more disposable income, you want to spend more of that money to actually feel like you're getting something. I need Calyx units in my life. Finally, a good Swedish take. There aren't many of them out there. It is true. One people should desire whatever they want. What if what I want is to kill other people? Maybe that's all I want in a kitchen, is I want it to kill the maximum number of people. Is that an acceptable desire for me to have? The most interesting houses are the ones with stuff in them. Yeah, I would kind of agree with that. I like looking at briefly someone's house with a lot of stuff in, but I like to imagine living in a house with nothing in it. Because when you have nothing, you have the space to add everything. That's the joy of Superflat. When you think about it, you have a world that has nothing there, so you can build on top of it. It's not a more beautiful world than one which has all the garbage that people have been building for years on it. It's more beautiful would be a silly phrase to use to describe it, but at the same time, it is a much more useful world for the purpose of playing Minecraft. If you use a house not as a showcase of all your belongings, then I think that's my belief as to why, I don't know, like IKEA units and just empty space everywhere is great. And if you like your house to feel like you're on an episode of Hoarders, then, it's a choice too. People should desire whatever they want is extremely funny. Not even sure if you did it, that joke. No, yeah, everyone should desire exactly what it is they want. If there is one thing you should desire, it is the things that you crave. So, sounds like a bad Sims experiment. We're all a bad Sims experiment on some level, right? We're all, at some point in there, you can describe all of our lives as being something like that. Okay, so this area is... No, it's not done. I'm not going to forgive myself if I leave the holes in it. So let's go fix that right now. I'm also going to do the thing I probably should have done a long time ago and free up a couple more slots to actually use for food. So eat the pork chop and then free that up too. And now I can get 3 shovels in my inventory at once. It'll make a big difference. We're decluttering again before we go on holiday. Less stuff to worry about. Yeah, the thing I find about people who have lots and lots of stuff and think it's great, I love that everything's here, is you lose track of it all. Anytime that I start collecting stuff, it's more hoarding than anything else. It's more like I fear throwing this away. It's not I would be excited to have this again in the future. It's what if I wanted this again in the future and I didn't have it. Also, I desire to create my own Let's Play world. If you want it, you should make it. I've seen a lot of people who call their world a Let's Play world, because even if you're not making a Let's Play series, which is a great idea too, by the way, if you want to have a little creative outlet or like just an outlet for anything in life, can be very handy. But I think a Let's Play world is like a state of mind. There we go. Look at me. That's a fancy way to describe something. I can't figure out how to make a hardcore world on Bedrock, says Hannah. It's not going to be it's not a part of the current update. It's not a part of the next update. It's in previews only right now, which means you need to have all that messy text on your screen. Sadly. Okay, so let's finally deal with this, because it will be the death of me if I don't. And then we'll use the wood that we get from it to make some fences or something. Because I do think I'm playing things a bit dangerously at night right now, and it's something that would be so easily avoided. And so I should do the easy avoiding part. So, how do we make sure that mobs can see me but not shoot me with arrows? I think the easiest thing would probably be like trapdoors that are... No, trapdoors you can't see through. What's a block where enemies can see me? I guess stairs? Can enemies see you through stairs though? If I make a bunch of stairs around this thing? It's weird not to be weird, therefore not being weird is weird. I think, oh, but also by the way, I think what I want to do is I want to have a big stair design. It's kind of like a fence around this whole thing. And then I'm going to have, like, some safety precautions above and around me to make sure nothing bad happens. I think that's my big plan for the thing over there. Although I still don't know, do buttons actually stop mobs from spawning? Because I saw a spider spawn, which shouldn't have happened if buttons actually work. Betty Emote says, oh no, how late am I? Good to see you, Betty Emote. We might have been streaming for 2 hours already. We turned 46 days ago, and we'll be turning 50 days old soon, which will be really exciting. But yeah, shield blocks the arrows. I think I'm gonna make a shield. I'm a believer in making progress fast, but also this is hardcore, and having just a way out of bad situations, it might be worth doing. Even if I have to eventually craft a second shield because I really mess it up, I think it'd be better to have a shield, not need a shield and have it, than to desperately need a shield to save my life but not have it, you know? And I hate that I'm falling into that logic. There are lots of bad things we do as a human species under the idea of, like, risk minimalization that we probably could get away with avoiding. But despite that, I think I'm gonna fall into the trap today, chat. I think it's gonna happen to me. I think I will be avoiding some risk at the cost of potential gain. Buttons do stop spider spawns, you just didn't place all the buttons you should have placed. Wow. Yeah. But I mean, I placed them all diagonally, I guess. But I'll see if I maybe missed a single spot and that's what caused it. So let's finish this up. There's clearly got to be a button around here somewhere. Right here. No, that can't be right. That is definitely not right. And all the way into this corner. So there we go. Going wonderfully. I'll finish all of these shovels because they're, like, basically dead anyway. And then I'm running right over to the mob spawner. Just to give it some more testing, chat. Just give it a little bit more testing. More testing is always good. But yeah, for now, very, very, very flat land. Day 49 would be the worst time to die. So much progress. Okay, so as long as we don't die... If we die in day 46, it'd be fine, Aiden Wheeler, right? Is that what I'm getting from your message there? So, yeah, it feels like I should be doing... I'm going to make the shield. I'm sorry to do this. I might regret doing this. But I think I should just make a shield. I think this is a hard call to make. But one that I'm just going to do. I really hope that this saves my life so I don't have to feel terrible about this. Because I am feeling not good about it right now. But, you know, I feel bad about lots of things in life. Let's see if I can't turn some of that around. So I guess I'll also bone meal some crops right now. I've got some spare bone meal. Let's see if we can't turn that into something valuable. Hoe some extra ground. Get some extra seeds. We're just using that time before nighttime to get some extra value out of my life. Only got one extra seed from that somehow. Never quite understand how that works. And there's a zombie up there already. So he spawned from all this distance away. Which tells me there is a perfect distance. I just don't know what it is. So we're going to slowly let the zombie... Okay. So that is a zombie and he's coming this way already. I've got to not hang out with that behind me. But instead with this behind me, because this is the safest area. Let the zombies walk towards me and then kill them and hope for a carrot. It's a 1 in 120 chance for a carrot. Well, you get potatoes too, which would be somewhat useful, I guess. But I'm mostly here for the carrots, chat. If I get carrots, things are good. If I don't get carrots, things are the opposite of good. So, yeah. Hanging out roughly here. Just a decent enough distance away that mobs can spawn. Things will go well. You promised 256 broken shovels, says Griff Pollard. And I delivered, probably. Mr. Owl, thank you so much. I want to say you've come so far from Call of Duty days. Thank you for the Let's Play World download. I'm glad you enjoy it. It is one of those things where I think it's almost like I know it's almost like arrogant to have your own world be downloaded. Like, yeah, you think it's that important, huh? Do you? Also check behind me. I heard zombies that sounded pretty close by. I'm gonna shoot the skeleton. It causes me pain. Kill this creeper. Kill the zombie. And just come on. One of you guys has to be holding a carrot on you somewhere, right? You have to be. So I haven't crouched yet. I want to see if my shield has taken any damage. I hope it wouldn't. Okay, so lots of hits. Not anything yet. Yeah, it's taken no damage. So it's only when I take the hits, which is what I expected, but still it's nice to see confirmed. Okay, Mr. Zombie. Oh. So I'll kill this guy over here, just while we wait. Hello, Mr. Zombie. You are... Do you have any carrots? If you could tell me the answer was yes or no now, you wouldn't have to die in exchange for your sins. That might be an appealing option, but apparently not. No carrots. Pretty sure pigs eat potatoes too. Yeah, you're right, actually. They eat apples as well, if I'm not mistaken. Is it apples? Or does that mean, like, mixing up, like, years-old Minecraft updates? But I believe I shouldn't have done that. I was too close to what might have been a potential creeper explosion. Would have ruined me. I guess the shield is useful for those potential creeper explosions. But yeah, so potato or carrot. So I'm not looking for a 1 in 120 chance. I'm looking for a 2 in 120 chance. Which makes it even more confusing that I haven't had one yet, really. Once you start to think about it. But I will not start to think about it. Okay, so there's a spider over there. I can go kill him. Or I could not. I think I've definitely got this distance just slightly malaligned. Maybe I should stand in a better place. We'll just keep moving around it. It's a casual walk. It's not a lot of work. Yeah, there's certain areas where it definitely feels better. And I think those are the areas where I have the most... Like, every single block around me, behind me now, is perfectly covered. Which means that has happened. Oh, lovely. So, he has full leather armor. I could do with some of that. If he's offering. He's not offering, but it's mine anyway. That creeper I don't want to deal with. But that zombie I do. So how do we deal with that? Just like this. No, okay. Perfect. So, everything falling from there is going to have one... So, nothing's actually died when it's fallen as far as the zombie is concerned that I've seen yet. Which is a good sign. But yeah, I still don't think this is the perfect system. It's just kind of... I'm doing more tests on it so that it will one day be a perfect system, chat. In case you are curious. So I'm looking for a 2 in 120 chance, which means, you know, on average, if you do the very bad back of paper maths that ignores statistics, it's about a 1 in 60 chance. So, come on, fellas, you can give some to me. You can do it. I know it feels like you can't, but you could just go ahead and give me a carrot. You might even like it if you did. You might even enjoy that. Okay. Come on, carrot time. As for the skeletons, I think I want them to shoot each other more than I want anything else. But if I can't... Oh, ow. What did he... How did he die? Did he make a... Is that too bad of a fall? I wouldn't have guessed otherwise. So, okay. 1 in a 60 chance. Let's go. 1 in 60 chance. Let's go. Just not happening. 24 blocks away from the player, mobs can spawn. 24 blocks away. So 8 blocks into this chunk, you reckon, is about the right distance to be? Oh, the skeleton spawned on my platform. That shouldn't happen, which means I did something wrong there. I think I made a top half slab instead of a bottom half slab. Easy mistake to make, I guess. That is a creeper just falling right to his death. It's interesting that sometimes they do and sometimes they don't. There's going to be something controllable in there. Oh, shoot. And shoot him too. Oh, not what I wanted to do. Although actually, we got an iron shovel again. So I'm going to have a full iron shovel now, chat. I bet I could combine the two together. I don't know what I would possibly do with it, but it's a nice idea, right? Also, why is the zombie bouncing so much? Do you think he got hit real bad and he's trying to make up for it somehow? Oh, lots of gold armor. Until I get my first carrot, really? And then I can start optimizing the carrot farm at the same time as all the rest of this is happening. Right now, I think this is a fine haul, but it's just a fine one, right? So I'll kill you. Oh, yeah, there's so many goodies to be collected. I'm gonna upgrade my armor set That's the good news from all of this. But otherwise, not a great deal of value to be had. They can fall 22 blocks to one hit kill. Falling the platform in the hole is more than 22 blocks, which is why the skeleton died. Is there a hole that he fell through? Okay, whatever. Let's go to sleep. I could just let it naturally happen, but I want to make sure I sleep every night so that I don't want phantoms to be a problem that I forget about. And so if we just sleep every night, we don't have to track how many nights we have and haven't slept. Seems like an easy solution to me. So none of this is necessary right now, and in fact, I'm going to make even more concessions to it. Let's go see what's happening to me. I'm definitely getting a legging upgrade. Unless this is the worst pair of leggings with a negative curse or something. Protection 1. You just want that, right? And same with the boots. I now have a full set of gold armor, chat, and if I kill this zombie... I should have attacked sooner. I don't know how the skeleton spawned there, but I don't want to deal with it. Oh, there goes the pickaxe. I mean, the sword. Got another one in here somewhere. There it is. Have you dropped a carrot for me or a potato? I want carrots more than potatoes, chat. I would accept potatoes, but I think carrots are just better food. So we can hope, we can believe. But right now, what matters is my armor. It's looking pretty decent, right? Like, look at my protection ability. It's crazy to say that it's 47 days in and this is the best I've got. But I'm a fan of it personally, and I hope you are too. Watching part 2 at the moment, can't wait to see part 3 sometime soon. Looking incredible, Toy Cat. Thank you, Dante. Love to have people on the internet be nice. So, you know, it's a rare trait, but it's a nice trait. So I think I'm going to put a bunch of stairs around this chunk. And also I'm going to... What do I do about those skeletons? Okay, I'm going to jump on top where they can't hurt me. Ouch. So much for that idea. I'm just going to finish up the last few of these. There and here. And get rid of the rest of just these last floating trees. Then I'm going to, I think, head up there and stop the slabs from spawning mobs. It's a bad mistake to have, and it's one we should avoid. Cat armor would be great. You know, now that we have dog armor, it only seems fair. If Mojang doesn't add cat armor, that would be discrimination against cats, and there might be a, you know, like a serious cat action lawsuit against them if they're not careful. I think you're doing great, Toy Cat, says Jordan Noble. I hope that I'm doing great. This is definitely one of the most terrified I've been for a world, I think. Like, in a regular world, you can just keep building your protection to the point where the hardcore isn't really a big problem, right? But in this world, we have to change the world so that the hardcore isn't a problem. And even then, we have to then rebuild the danger back into it, just in the safest way possible. Which is why I think makes this so intensely extra hardcore. That's why I call it flatcore. It's not like, oh yeah, soon there'll be no more hardcore problems. It's like, no, they will exist for a very long time. Also, I think I should just run away and then the mob will despawn. That's always the solution, is run away and let them despawn. It just never feels like the solution. So later we'll come back in there and deal with it then. For now, let's go pick up the last of these drops. There are some bones and there are some arrows. I find arrows are useful. Also, wow, it's enchanted too. Efficiency 2 shovel, chat. What could I possibly do with this that would make it worthwhile? It's got to be something, right? It's got to be something. You can take dog armor off the dog. You can take any armor off a dog if you're willing to be angry with it. Frame it, says Vandessa Gamer. Yeah, it's gonna be so long till I can get another shovel like this via any other mean. So maybe actually I should. I'm gonna eat the 2 rotten flesh first, and then I'm gonna see what's happening here. Yeah, these are bottom half slabs. These are top half slabs with buttons. But I think he spawned on these, right? I should get the slime block out. Emergency. Yeah, this is a bottom half slab. He might have walked over to them, to be fair. So we'll put a door up on this, I think. One that mobs can't walk through. If we just put a door there. Okay, so we'll make a door. And if we just put a door in here somewhere, then it will mean that no mobs will hop on or off. So, like, here could be the door. Or we could just put another slab down. Like, right here. I'm not even sure at this point. Like, there could go the door on the other side of the block. Yeah. And then we remove these blocks, because I don't know what they're doing there anyway, to be honest. And then probably also remove these blocks, because I also don't know what they're doing there. The N1 didn't have a button. Okay, you know, that's fair. The N1 did not have a button. So we'll go over there. We'll remove these blocks, these slabs, and just absolutely safetify things. Also, my slime block is gone, but I've got blocks below me. I would like some feather falling boots. Those would give me that extra reassurance I think I need right now. But it's okay that I don't have it. Okay, my next big project has to be the chest room, chat. I like the idea of it being close to my house, but I also think that if I want it to be one that I'm actually going to use for mob drops, it needs to be close to the mob place. And so this is going to be the site of my chest house, of my chest area. So, first things first, we have to have the inaugural crafting table. I'm going to put these on the ground. Just, you know, future me can enjoy those later. So, this is going to be the... Yeah, we'll just put it in the ground for now. This is going to be how I craft the rest of this. I like the idea of the chest house being made from chests, and then next to the chest house having a jukebox house, which is going to have all my music in. I think that's what I need to do here. And to have a decent separation between them. We don't even need a decent separation, honestly. We'd have the chest house be there and the jukebox be here. But I think we'll do this first. Barrels or chests? Barrels will cause weird things with fishermen. I've learned never use barrels unnecessarily. If there's one thing I've learned, it's that. And so, let's make a whole pile of chests. And then let's start working out how to actually organize them. Yeah, I think going too excessive on this chest build early is a bad idea. And so let's build the outside of it, like out of a bunch of slabs maybe. It would be fun to make a slab house, wouldn't it? Like it's all slabs all the way through. And then just inside those slabs we'll have our chests. Yeah, I kind of like that idea, because we're not going to be spending the night in here, so we can have it be a little bit reckless. So we'll take some slabs, for example, just to build out the base concept here. So we'd have, we'd start over here as our entrance. So we'd have slabs down, and then on top of the slabs, we'd have chests. And then behind that, we'd have another set of slabs. It'll be kind of unnecessary at some point, but then we'd have another set of chests above that, and we'd have another row of slabs, etc. And it will make a really weird concept building that hopefully should look at the end like it's a chest made out of chests. If I can pull that off, that'd be the goal. But then we have to work out the organization on the inside. So, you know, this is a fun outside design in my opinion. That armor's looking painful. The armor looks great, excuse you. This is a perfect set of armor. Can skeletons shoot through the slabs? They can. The goal is never to be in here for refuge from the world. You know, is the word refuge, or do you just say refugee? Like I know a refugee is a refugee, but you know, different question for a different stream, I'm sure. Also, this whole chunk should be, I think it should be covered up this way, so we'll do that right now. Okay, so unless you want fisherman, refuge is a word. I thought it was a word, but I've been thinking about the word refugee. Who knows why? It's been on the mind recently. We sure do love to talk about it a lot. It's like Toycat wants to die. Yeah, I think if you mob-proof the world, you don't need to mob-proof the buildings as much. That's my logic here, right? Anything that is far enough away is a direct concern on its own level. So yeah, I think I like the idea of this being made of a bunch of slabs, but if we have to look up at the chests, it's a little bit ugly. So we should think about how to better do that. And also at the same time try to think about how we'd actually get into this. So clearly there'd be an opening over here somewhere. So 1, 2, 3. I need a lot more slabs. Man, I'm just going to get away from this. I'm going to come back in a little bit. Come back when it's less stressful with that guy. Should we go on a little hunt for foxes, actually? It's raining. It's a miserable day. Some foxes might make this a lot better. Refugee and refugee and refuge are different words. You know, but are they really? Is a refugee not just someone who is seeking refuge? And is refuge not just something for a refugee? You know, if you think about it, no, this is definitely just my brain breaking. Okay, speaking of ways my brain is breaking, let's go kill some foxes. Killing foxes seems like it's not a good use of your time until you start doing it, and you realize what a genius use of your time it actually is. So, kill... Oh, that was weird. I was sure the world had broken for a second. I was panicking. I was like, I don't know how to fix it. Let's get enough of these in that we don't have to... Man, I got such good cow drops 3 times in a row there. That was really, really good RNG. I love random number generator when it goes good. So, yep, no diamonds today, chat. Every time I go to kill foxes, I end up killing some other mobs, which is nice. But I've yet to get a single not leather drop from a fox. I know it's a rare drop. Maybe we should wait for the rare drop from a zombie first. But it still feels bad, if you know what I mean. Watch out for possible skeleton traps and horses should it thunder, says Doug Sabota. Oh, I had not thought about that till just now. Chat, did you know you could get skeleton traps on Superflat? That sounds terrifying. I sure would be terrified if something like that happened to me. Okay, let's breed these again. We're going to do it just very slowly in the background, I think, for this sort of stuff. It's an important one to do. So yeah, I'm now going to start to store things over here correctly. And I want to kind of... Okay, so now there's no more slimes. I can come in here and I can make a bunch of slabs. And I can say, okay, so 3 blocks to there would leave on that side. So I'll make it this many blocks, remove this as the center. And it'll be kind of like a 9x9 centered. I'll see what it actually looks like as we go 9 blocks this way. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think this looks pretty decent. It's going to be a small chest, chat. But again, the goal is to have relatively efficient builds here today. Fairly small bottom of the world. And then I think we'll build the bottom of this from stairs. I don't think mobs can spawn on stairs. I'm fairly sure they can't. And so I'm going to make a very silly stair-designed house where I kind of optimize things for... So we'll have, like, slabs in the middle here, I think. We could even have, like, pathways. But I think what we'll do is we'll go slabs down the middle. And then that makes it into these 4 wide sections. And in these 4 wide sections, we could have, like, Okay, I don't know if this is going to work, chat. It's just my idea. We could do a bunch of these for the floor. And then it would be a very interesting looking floor. So if we continue that onwards, it would work. It would fill the space perfectly. So I'll try it again over here. Again, it's kind of messy to actually do. And I feel like it's the way you end up with the least top and the most bottom. But it'll make for these really weird looking holes. The other way we could do this, just to test another concept out here, right? Love testing concepts. Okay, so I'm going to have to divide this into even bits and slabs for each area. Okay, there we go, and there we go. Okay, nice. Have I dealt with that? Okay, so the other way we could do this that would maximize the up rather than the down is you could go like this and have the whole thing be kind of... Do you see how this would work? And then we would go like this and like this. I think this is a bit more boring than the alternative and just kind of is confusing. So I think we should go this way. Responding on mobile takes a lot of extra work. Yeah, I find most people who are like heavy mobile watchers will like have a second device to type on versus watching. It is one of the biggest problems with mobile platforms as a whole, is they're not really built to be, I don't know, for lack of a better word, like contributing devices. They're devices for consuming content, not for creating content. Yeah, we could also just go up upside down slabs. You could do a ramp roof with stairs. What do you reckon, chat? Is this nice, or is this the weirdest thing you've ever seen? I think it's nice. So we're just gonna keep on flipping it around like this. But both. Yeah, this is so odd looking. It genuinely looks like I've just gone with randomly raised stairs here and there. But I'm hoping that that results in something good when it's done. I could have a bunch of stairs at the edge of this, which would make it clear. Like if I hypothetically made these into stairs. Okay, make that into stairs now too. If I make those into stairs, then the slabs on top will look like that. And so they'll look even more weird, because it looks like we've got an upside down staircase, but it's not. Yeah, I like this. That's kind of trippy to my brain. I can't deal with what I've accidentally done here, which is why I should do way more of it. Okay, so now, even if we remove the bottom, we're still going to have these slabs on the top. And then we could have a bunch of upside down stairs for the layer above that. Yeah, I like that idea. We'll have this here, and then for the top layer, we'd have some upside down stairs. So it looks like, again, I believe the way this will work when it's done is it will look like, oh, this is actually a pain to do. Okay, move over there, and then another block. Don't know why I had to place a door for that, but I've done it. If we place, see, it looks like we've got upside down stairs that are one block apart, and it'll create this weird illusion running around the edge, which I don't know why I enjoy this so much, but I really do. Yeah, I think I want to do this, chat. I think I'm doing a very silly build, but welcome to Minecraft. This is the objective. I have to make sure that every single block in this place isn't capable of spawning mobs. That is the weird restriction I have. But I think this is a fun way to work within that. So, remove all of the bottom floor. It's a pain to make mistakes and then replace them, but we'll stick with it. Remove the bottom floor. Ouch. Right. I got tricked by myself there, chat. I saw the upside down stairs and assumed it had to be true, but it's not. And then we slab. And then we do more of these. And so that means making a real door is going to be hard for this. It just looks so much like it's an upside down stair. Oh wait, that one is. This one's not. Yeah, I think I congratulate your typing on mobile skills, by the way, Pat. I think anyone who can flip the script on the whole, like, oh yeah, mobile is just for consuming content thing, it's always very impressive. You should make Mount Everest in your super flat hardcore world in future episodes. I tried making a mountain in my last super flat. You can see how it went if you'd like, but I mean the spoiler alert version of this is not very good. Also, I'm gonna make this part of the floor different, just for no good reason. Yep, looks great to me. So we'll remove this now, and then we'll leave the crafting table down there. You know, if you ever excavate this, chat, if you ever get to play around with this world download, as I know some of you already have, maybe you'll enjoy this. Oh, that's weird. Something about this is uncomfortable. I don't like that at all. I think we should do that with the middle sections, though. So let's try and make these two staircases connect. I kind of like that. So we just place them both. Oh god, what have I done here? What is this floor? I don't understand how I would fix that, or what I did to cause that problem to begin with. And we'll do the same thing over here. We place it like that. Oh yeah, that is some messy floor we've got here, chat. I'm loving it. Dazed and Confused says yes. I'm glad you love it too. So we'll just finish with these looking like this. I think this already is looking like that, actually. And do the same over here. I hear a slime, by the way. Do you hear a slime? It's a small slime. Tells me this definitely is a slime chunk. And yeah, just the weird mess on the ground here should achieve something, I assume. It'll achieve something for someone somewhere. So now we're gonna really test this concept. Oh no, I'm gonna remove these and put slabs there now. This is so horrible, it's amazing. Good floor. Yeah, if I moved into a house and it had a floor like this, I would tip the estate agent. I would say, good job. You have earned a little bit extra for this one. Nice job, man. Hope you can do more jobs like this. Okay, so yeah. Now we've got to replace this with stairs and there's a lot of stairs in this build is what I'm saying. But as long as we've got the basics of it done, that's what matters. So there is a slab that goes in here. So we can place these all the way around. And it'll make the building just a little bit safer from all the nonsense that would otherwise be here. Oh, this is weird. I don't like this, chat. Something about this feels wrong. So I'm going to leave that there for a little bit. And then I'm going to just place a few more stairs. I am out of... Oh, no, I've got 45 stairs just here. Let's place them. And let's see what this corner would look like. Because obviously we can place from the corner. Just go a little bit safer. I think we're now at the point where slimes can't jump in here from the outside. It's basically a fence we've got running around this thing. And now let's work on the internal organization of the chests. So the floor is just, you know, don't let the floor distract you from how this place should actually be. There's going to be, I think, logically, big rows of chests on both sides. And over here, yeah, I think logically there should be chest here and there. And then chest here and there. And, oh no. That's fine. And then we'll have another chest there. And then another chest there. And then we'll make this into a double. Yeah, this is just fine. Okay, so here's how we're gonna make the vision. If we make this chest into a double first, then we can fill that one in later. Yeah. So I'm gonna do this on both sides and make it like bricks where the individual chests move from floor to floor. Okay, I need to go to sleep. This has been a lovely day, but I need to deal with the slimes that are spawning directly around it. The floor is distracting me. That is the goal. That is the absolute goal there, let me tell you. So now it is time to... I want to empty stuff into the chests, but I actually kind of need to do the opposite. Now it is time to probably move stuff from chest to chest and make a big organized place for my inventory stuff. So let's make some item frames. I think 6 of them would be good for now. Or is item frames actually the best? Yeah. Ooh. I'll have item frames like above the chests. And then they will explain what is in each individual one. And we'll have a couple of different rows to kind of describe stuff. So we'll have a chest full of wood and wood adjacent stuff. Defo made a tea on that floor, says Polly. I love making tea. I am British after all. Okay, so I'm going to bring just a pile of dirt or two. We'll obviously move the rest across eventually. But now we can start to put it all in there. And then once we finish the basics on this room, we can move on to more. The floor is like zebra stripes, confuses mobs maybe. Yeah, exactly. It'll blend in perfectly. That's the goal, Chillis Bean 13. That is exactly what I was going for. Don't let anyone tell you any other way. So there'll be another row of chests up here. I should definitely make another crafting table. We'll put this like in the door, maybe. No. Yeah, we can put this in the door, and then we can just crouch below it. This is perfect design. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. You just gotta crouch in. Perfect entrance to a house. And then we're gonna make a whole another pile of chests. So the way I want to do this next row is for the individual chests to move here. Oh, it's kind of hard. You can only place them in certain places. So we could have 2 individual chests here. But that wouldn't look good. So we could have... chest, and then offset by 1 and offset. Okay, so there we could do the 2 there this time. Yeah, it's very hard to actually do what I'm picturing here. But this will work. Yeah, this is oh no, it's not working at all. You know, I did something. It's a design. Yeah, it probably is messy for what I'm actually trying to do here. But it's good. It's good. It's perfect. Dirt micro block in the corner is cute as heck. Thank you. I'm glad you like it, Tracker Bandit. I put a lot of work into this design. And a lot of people are just saying like, oh, so ugly. As if they could do so much better. Wow. Yeah, I bet they probably can't even. So now I'm going to make some fences, I think. I've used up all my sticks somehow. I'm going to make just a few fences. Just a couple. And I'm going to see what would happen if I then placed some... Okay, so just as an idea, right? Solely idea testing right now. We could then put some item frames on the fences, and that would show us what's inside. So, for example, I'm going to have a big old chest of dirt. So these two would be chests of dirt. And then this would be... Yeah, this is this is not the way you want to do it. I think you've got to line up the single chests if you're going to do it this way. I think there's no other logical way to do this. Or you could have a bunch of single chests. No, you cannot do that. So we break this chest. And then we break this chest. And then we break this chest. And by placing these ones first, that's how we ensure that it actually works. But I do think a bunch of singles might be better. The signs are helpful. I mean, okay, so then we're going to place 3 more fences over on this side. So, fence. So we're obviously going to put more in later. But for now, just for the idea to come to form, and this is going to be where I store 3 other sets of things. Again, there's some more sorting out to be done here, but in these chests we could have, for example, wood-based things. So I'll put my oak log over here, and my bamboo log right next to it. And maybe eventually this will absorb everything. But now if we have a bunch of just excess stuff that I know I'm going to use, but like not right now, this could be the place for it. Yeah, this is wonderful. So, buttons, and then we could have on the other side, because this will be building blocks. On the other side of this space is obviously where chests will go as well. And in these chests, we could store things like mob drops. So I'm going to have to do a similar design of the building, and then have a couple of chests there. Can we force chests not to stack together? Is there a way to do that, or do you have to use double chests? I think you're gonna have to. I think we have to use double chests if we want to do that. So we can double chest there and double chest here and double chest in between them, I guess. But it is very hard to. I guess we can rotate the chest sideways. Someone says chest. Does crouching work? It does not, surprisingly. It feels like it should. I feel why people are saying that, but it doesn't. So mob drops can really be one big chest, I think, all things considered. But yeah, let's actually go into force to make that happen. So we start with stairs that are the right way up, and then we place them the wrong way up from there. Then we place a bunch of... Okay, do I have any more? Oh, I don't have any more. So for now, we just know that this is where my mob drops go, and so that is where I can store them. This can be the big chest full of that, and over here can become the big chest full of, like, saplings and garbage like that. Boom. We have a very basic storage system that now... And also, every single block in here is transparent, meaning no more mobs will spawn here. So I've done my job. Even if it looks messy, chat, I have done my job. And now what I can do is I can focus on the important business, which is mob-proofing the chunks directly around it, because they seem to be slime-spawning chunks. That is my observation, and it's an observation that is easily fixed with blocks. Speaking of blocks...
50 to 1 days down, still no wet meat dimension in sight, but staying alive.
I'm excited for the Nether, but also...
hardcore without shenanigans that you were aiming for. Good luck and have fun. _toy cat desert well _toy cat desert.
I agree with the _desert well toilet _. You know, thank you very much, first of all, Fusion Warrior. Thank you. Appreciate the tip and the support. The nice message is appreciated. But to kind of take that seriously, I am terrified of the Nether on a very deep level, but also so curious. It's gonna be an amazing moment when we can open up that portal and see on the other side that there'll be something. But also, it's gonna be the worst moment, right? Like, what am I gonna do? How am I gonna react? I don't know the answer to any of those questions. I've just gotta kind of wing it, vibe it out. Okay, so now we're gonna fence off this area here. A good mob farm really should do the same. Like, it will allow darkness to eventually get in there. Might die going through the portal. Happened to be 3 times yesterday. Really not enjoying stuff like that. I think I might... I don't know. I don't know how to avoid that. I'd have to... Yeah, let's hope that doesn't happen. That won't happen, chat. We won't die going straight through the portal. You know, we hope we won't die. Yeah, we probably won't. Probably not. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, almost certainly not. Yeah, that's a different problem for a different time. Okay, so now let's take our now let's go in here and let's move some blocks across. So stuff like the dirt should all be in the dirt chest, right? It's just a no-brainer. And every time we go from one house to the other, we'll just bring some stuff with us. Easy as that. And then we'll spend the rest of today... I think we should be shoveling, really. There are a couple more chunks. Yeah, that chunk over there could do a bit of chunk shoveling. We'll do it. And then we'll be good. So this chest is where this goes. You know, like, just generic loot. This chest is where this goes. And then this chest is where the huge mountains of dirt will go. I am excited to make some use out of this dirt, but right now, it just exists. It is there. It is in my world. And there goes the door too. Then we'll craft some extra shovels. Just a few, of course. Just a couple shovels. Not many at all. You know, my shovel addiction is mostly gone now, chat. And we'll just finish this little chunk over here. It'll be easy. There's not much to shovel. It's basically nothing. And these small changes will make a big impact. That's the hope. They could fix the never death bug by the time you have enough lava to build a portal. You know, that's the hope, Dazed and Confused. That really is the hope. But I think if you ever play Minecraft on the assumption Minecraft will fix a bug by the time it comes up, you will be very wrong more times than you are right. It is a brutal reality you need to be aware of. So this is a little bit done too far on one side. We'll just even that one out. And then we'll go looking at the rest of these chunks just to see if there's anything else that could do with a little work. I think if we place an extra 1 block of shoveling around the edge here, might do some good for the world. So make this free, just so that lines up. And then the rest we'll do too. We'll just a little extra, you know? It'll make it look smoother when we view it from the top. And that is probably a good thing. Okay, nice. Very, very nice. One giant path block. It's effectively what we made, you're right. That's a funny way of viewing it. But not an accurate one. And then the same over here. We're going to go on a shovel run. Chat, you know, you said you loved the shovel run earlier. You've got to appreciate this. Look at this. Just running and shoveling like it's no one's business. Look at that. It's gorgeous. Thank you for saying it's gorgeous, Osmosis. I think it's gorgeous. Okay, one more shovel over here. I'm also going to just kill that pig. Just while we're at it anyway, you know. And so, yeah, I've got all these extra chunks which I'm looking forward to doing things with. Very fun, very exciting, don't get me wrong. But, yeah, the Ominous Bottle should respawn Piglin Brutes and Elder Guardians and the Woodland Mansion regeneration spawns. That's a really good idea, actually, Fusion Warrior. Toycat seriously loves his Minecraft. Loves his Minecraft the way I live real life. Will the worst possible thing happen? Almost surely not. I'm not going to let it change how I live my life. And it's worked so far, right? Thank you, by the way, Fusion Warrior. That's a really good idea. I think Minecraft having options to reset stuff like that would be a really good idea. Also, I can't believe I didn't fill in these chunks. I was just like, yeah, they're mostly done. So why would I make them completely done? That's bad logic, and I shouldn't have accepted it for myself. You know, it's mostly done, though. I'll leave this for future me to deal with. Okay, so let's now go over to the mob farm. And let's get a carrot. 1 carrot today makes it great. That one person in chat said it'd be the worst if I died on day 49. So I'm going to be very ready to crouch when it comes to it. And I'm going to stay about 24 blocks away from this thing. So walking about here or so. And I'm going to look directly up at it. I don't think you're meant to look at it directly. Oh, they're spawning on the ground. I still haven't dealt with that. That is probably the most important bit that I'm neglecting right now. But I'll just stand over here, lure him over to me. So, you know, it's a good warm-up, right? I can kill these guys 3 hits from a sword isn't a great... Oh, potato! Potato time! We did it! Okay, if I don't die tonight, this is a great success. I have potatoes now, chat. Okay, in fact, I'll eat my pork. Potato time is unlocked. This was a very rare drop. 1 in 120. And it means that I can start going crazy on the potato growth. I've got a lot of bones, and I've been saving them for this, chat. You don't want to see how many pigs I'm going to end up with. So I'm going to shoot you with a bow. Nice and easy. It's just easier than the rest. In fact, oh, ooh, that's kind of scary to look at. Definitely a reminder to stand a little bit back from this thing. But yeah, day 50 is going to be a revolutionary changer to the way we do this. Okay, Creeper, how's it going? If there was a skeleton that spawned directly behind him, I'd love a new music disc. But until I get a jukebox, I don't think I need to, like, go for it or anything. Gonna eat till I'm full, just in case something crazy goes down. I want the healing. But I mostly would like it if mobs would fall off. They're standing up there considering their decisions. But the only decision they need to consider is that they should jump down. There's no decision. Just do it. Just do it. Just jump down. You know you want to. So this guy has full health, and he's got armor, and he's got an enchanted bow. That enchanted bow could be flame power 5, and I could die in 1 hit. It's very unlikely, but not impossible. I'm just going to run in, grab this bow. Oh, that's not what I wanted at all. Oof. So it's not a flame bow, we've concluded. But yeah, we've got an unbreaking bow now, which is, it's pointless to have an unbreaking bow with half durability. This is one of the silliest drops you can get, but let's go for it anyway. Oh, he's got knockback on the bow. Ow. Ow, ow, ow. I want that bow, though. I really want that bow. I don't know what it will be useful for. Oh, I got it. Chat, I got the knockback bow. Okay, so sorry. I'm calling it knockback. It's punch when it's on a bow. Very, very, very bad manners of me. But yeah. Woo! I can now knock like 3 enemies back. Power 2 as well. That is actually pretty decent. In fact, I'll keep this. So, I'm gonna go to sleep. I'm just gonna take the win. This was great. Creeper check 360 says Chip Shannon. I do need to do those regularly. It is it's an important one to have on the mind. But today, none of that applies to me. Instead, let's pick up the arrows, let's pick up the bones, and let's go potato crazy. You ready to go potato crazy with me, chat? Okay. I think I'll make the potato farm next to the chest room. Hey, Alicio Denisio. Thank you very much for the £2 tip. Loving the stream because chests aren't a complete block. They can take an item frame on either side to prevent them from doubling when another chest is put on either side. Oh. If you put an item frame on the side, it will prevent them from doubling. Is that true? That sounds correct, don't get me wrong. Let's test that. So, we put an item frame on the side here. No, we're going to break this. Unless I misunderstood you, what you're saying is if you put an item frame on the side, it can't double. So let's now place a block here. You can't place a block. Unless you're saying, but I mean like, yeah, unless I misunderstood. There's a chance I misunderstood that. I'll leave that there anyway. Future me can be confused. Chat, look, it's a potato. As long as I don't get exploded by a creeper, this is a very promising time that's about to start. I think back there might be a good place for the potato farm, but I kind of want it to be in more active chunks. So the potato farm logically should be in the chunks where I'm doing stuff like water-based anyway. So I think I'm going to start a pool of water probably around here where the crafting table is. So potatoes just have to be back here somewhere. So this is where my potatoes will be. This whole chunk will be potatoes one day. So I've only got 3 bones on me, but that's still 9 bone meal. 9 bone meal means my 1 potato is 3 potatoes. And 3 potatoes plus 6 bone meal means my 3 potatoes have become, 7 potatoes. And my 7 potatoes, so on and so forth. I'm looking forward to this one going crazy. I'm gonna take a big deposit from the bank of bones, and I'm gonna use them all. I am starting this potato process early, and I'm starting it strong. You should put a fence around the mob drop area. Yeah, I definitely should. It's very dangerous the way I'm doing it right now. I just can't decide on a design, so I'm just using none, which is the very logical thing to do in life and has no downsides whatsoever. So go all the way out to here. Yep, looks good to me. Fill them all up with potatoes, and then place another one out over there. And then start bone mealing. And yeah, now that we've done that, oh, look at those potato drops. Now we've got even more of these. Look at that, it's just crazy. Or probably I should have put them near the foxes. I'll put carrots near the foxes. Potatoes can be back here. I'll put carrots over that direction. Because carrots are orange like foxes, but also I could hunt for foxes while carrots are going off. So it's unlikely that I'll want to hunt any pandas. So this is where I'm going to start. Oh, I got a poison potato. Wow. Didn't know those were real. I thought that was just April Fool's. That's a joke. Just anyone who does not understand. Do you think pigs will eat poison potatoes? You should. Come on, eat the potato. Squeal, pig. You know, no. Fine. So I'm going to have a little exit over here. It's going to be a bit of a wild concept. But I'm going to have my first destruction of the walls. And I think it should logically be in between these two chunks. So this is... These two are the middle 2 blocks. So we'll destroy, say, the 4 blocks here. We'd even, like, grow bamboo above the blocks. Yeah, I think that's what we should do, to keep the fence looking like... You know, I think a lot of people have complimented the way the fence looks. So let's go grab some dirt, and let's place some bamboo just above it, and have the entrance done that way. You should have bamboo growing... also, don't put the piston before the bucket of lava. Oh, by the way, day 50! We haven't even celebrated. I was so busy talking about the joy of my potato. They haven't even spoken about the joy that is this. So, the bottom chest is going to be all bows. I know I'm going to need that many bows. And so, it's so good, chat. But what can I use this for? When would I need a power 2 bow? Give me use cases for it, because I really can't think of any. I would love to be able to think of some, but I cannot. Also, having to go around this way is a whole thing. Okay, so grab some dirt. We only need like 4. We'll grab 32, because why not? Keep the poisonous potato in case you need to go to the poisonous potato dimension, says 8crafter. It's very smart, it's true. You should have bamboo growing as the mob farm fence. Oh, that'd be pretty cool, actually, Polly. I agree with that a lot as an idea. I like the idea, is what I'm saying. That's what I agree with the idea a lot means. So we'll have it go like... Oh, that was weird. That was weird, too. So now we can destroy it. And now I'm on the outside of the walls, chat. This is the anarchy zone. Who knows what's happening out here? But we'll just place 4 blocks. 1, 2 there, and then a couple over here. And then we'll place bamboo on top of that. And so now it's like an official entrance exit. But how do you make this safe? I think we could put some walls up, or we could just make 3/4 wide gaps. It's kind of up to us how we want to do it. But I think these should also be walls made of dirt. Or maybe the walls of dirt should go like this. Yeah, I guess I could see that. So we'll have the dirt come up from the side here. But like only 3 blocks. So there's a little bit of a gap. And then we'll break this so we can jump on top. Then place it up again. Grow that there. And then do the same thing down here. So break 1 more block. Oh, this feels wrong. Honestly, the way that bamboo works means you can't ever make a proper this with it. And then there. And then, is that correct? Or is it 1 block too high? That looks correct. Then we break these blocks. And we've got ourselves an entrance, sort of. It looks a little bit messy, but hopefully it'll look better when it grows. And now, this is where our... This is going to be the exit point into where the pigs go. So this is already into a new chunk. So we could literally dig a pig hole right here. Or have a pig fenced area. I think I learned from the pig hole that it's probably better. Mobs will spawn on the dirt. Oh, interesting point, actually. Yeah, there is a danger. How do you fix the danger? No, I don't think mobs do spawn in it, but we'll just put a trapdoor. There we go. Danger fixed. Maybe up there. Danger not fixed. But that parrot is just there taunting me. Then we'll have a little exit that immediately goes into a pig area, I think. I like the idea of it being a mob pit, but we don't need to have it be like that. Or in fact, let's just do something like this. Let's have it literally be... It's fenced on one side, but otherwise it looks like this. It still might be too close to the farms, but officially this should be outside the distance where it matters. And so we'll just leave them in there for now. Okay, you gotta go this way, friend. Come on, you got this way. No. I see the way you want to go, but you're doing it wrong. Yeah, that's fine. I'll pick up this potato, which I seem to have left on the ground, or someone has trampled on, and it was more correct before. So I think if we just make this area like a little pig hidey hole, we can make it fairly deep if we wanted to. But I don't think we do, necessarily. So, let's now make a crafting table. Somewhere around here. We're gonna have to definitely deal with... definitely deal with this fella soon. Just make a crafting table. Put it in the ground right here. And then... we'll make a fence. Love fences. Make them all the time. I love that we're gonna make a bamboo fence. I feel like... that's a first for this world, chat. Oh, yeah, that looks nice. I like this a lot. I shouldn't have made more than 3 of these, so I'll just put these here so they go somewhere for now. And then I'll make a bamboo fence gate. And now we have a way for me to go in and out, but not mobs. And then we'll put the pig in. I need to get a second pig in before I really do this. And then we'll just cover it up on all other sides. Perfect. In fact, we could just make it entrance only, really, but let's go find a second pig. Then we'll do this. Okay, so the clever thing about this placement being outside of the walls, it might seem silly, chat, and it might be better just me to, you know, put bamboo all the way around it. But the goal is just to make sure that it doesn't take place in the main spawning area. And so we're trying to do precisely that. So, potato virus. Everyone hates potato viruses. Not least me. Where can I find a second pig at short notice in a jungle biome? Hopefully somewhere. Starting to think nowhere, though. Okay, second pig. Right behind me. So now, once we've got 2 pigs in there, the idea is guaranteed success. I used up all of the blocks, by the way, so we'll have to work something else out. But here we go. Let's just, I don't know, put some slabs here or something. Just do the minimum. Sort it. Now, so that I have a way to get back in, but mobs don't, we place a block over there, and then we remove this one. And I need to get to sleep real soon. It's definitely night. And then we'll jump through this hole. Okay, we're fine. I'll also have to place a block for me to jump over these fences, so I'll place one over there. Yeah, that does the job. Just great. So now I'm going to sleep, and I'm going to see if any mobs spawn in the time that I'm trying to sleep. I don't have any desire to do anything else. Why dirt and not bamboo blocks? Yeah, I like the bamboo. I like the idea of it all being bamboo fences, honestly. I think it would look quite pretty. Like, the idea of it being dirt was just, it's super flat survival. Or ultra flat, sorry. I can't believe I called it super flat. That implies the lack of significant number of useful features. But yeah, I think if we're going to do this, we logically should. Just logically, right? We've got to... yeah, let's use bamboo. It would look nicer. It'd be a logical fit. It's a bit of a pain. But this is the perfect moment for the efficiency 2 iron shovel, really. So let's do it. Should we use stairs and whatnot? Or should we just use blocks? I've got a ton of blocks. I'll use mostly blocks, but the occasional fence. I think that will look kind of cool. And if it doesn't, then I'll I'll scrap it and say I didn't want to do that at all anyway. As is the way. Okay, so the Efficiency 2 shovel was built for moments like these, chat. Look at this. Just tearing it away. Oh, it's crazy. And then we can put like fences in the... Oh, I should really watch out for like... This is... Any mobs can spawn back here, chat. Could be a creeper behind me right now, for all I know. But, as long as we only use these like every other block or so, we should get away with being just fine. Yeah, I think this will look kind of nice. What do you reckon about this design, chat? Lots of bamboo block, and then we could even put like a ceiling on it. And we could also make this out of that. No, we can't. Bamboo only spawns in one way. Also, yep, just making sure all is good in the wild. Attempt 4, I see, says Tuvo. No, this is day 51. Very different to any number of attempts. Okay, so fence goes there. And then blocks can go here. And this is looking really good so far. I'm loving this design where we've got 3 separate things all mixed together. It's looking just beautifully so far. Hope it can stay looking that good in the future. Oh, a fun thing. While it's raining today, chat, this is actually a boon for me. My crops will grow slightly faster. Yeah. That is really good news. So I'm going to now shovel... I'm going to shovel this in. You know, I'm just going to commit. I might later want to make a jukebox, but I'll just make it from scratch now. Anything that's not that chest house doesn't get an unshoveled bit of ground below it. Let's just commit to that. Yeah, this is fine. And in the meantime, while we're shoveling this area, some crops might grow. Would be a nice thing, wouldn't it? Okay, so let's go. Yeah, this is actively exciting to me to see the potatoes grow, because as soon as potatoes grow, I get more pigs, and as soon as I get more pigs, I get more happy. And as soon as I get more happy, I get more gold. Yeah. Whew. Wasn't it thunderstorms instead of normal rain for mobs to spawn? It is, but I just never know the difference. My brain isn't able to immediately pick up which one is which. Is that my flaw? Yes. Is it still a flaw? Yes. But yeah, let's get this third pig inside. Because in the early days, it's much more effective to get pigs inside by just... Oh, come on. This way. No. You don't understand, pig. You want to come this way? All of you do. You all want to get right inside. Come on, guys. You're better than this. Whoever spots this first, there we go. In you come. Now you two, in you come. And you three. Oh, perfect. So now once I breed 2 of them, I'll have 4, which is a perfect start for a breeding quadruplets. Wonderful. So, I think we've done the majority of the major building works. That looks so rickety from up here, from down here, by the way. So rickety. But rickety's not a bad thing. I mean, it's not a good thing. No one's ever like, oh, thank God I am on this rickety staircase right now. But I digress. Are those potatoes fully grown? No. I'm going to put this potato down, because worst case, I can always unharvest it later. Or harvest it later, just ungrown. This time with actual hardcore mode, says Lazy Loons. Indeed. I am glad hardcore mode coming out was the final, like, okay, I've wanted to do this forever, but I've been aware of the emotional commitment it'll be, and I've been putting it off. I'm like, you know, I'm gonna die on day, 49. It's gonna be terrible, but I'm finally looking like we'll get through this. I feel like we make a massive country in this world after 50 episodes. I really like looking back. One of the fun things about Ultra Flat Survival is you can look at the my old Super Flat world on it. It's way out there. It's a fun thing. It's really cool to see. That reminds me, I planted potatoes last weekend. I should go water them. You're becoming a gardener. Wow, that's a real old man hobby you've picked up. I mean, I say that, but I'm doing a lot of farming in RuneScape right now, so I can't... Something about glass houses and not throwing stones. By the way, thank you, Cappy, for the $2 tip. First stream. Happy first stream. I hope you're having a very good one. Okay, so let's move some more things over. There's 7 bones here. I think I shouldn't use all of the 7 bones right now, but I definitely should move a lot of them. Let's move this and that and just all the drops. I want them all to be in that other house. Besides the armor, which I guess I should keep in my main house just in case I run in here and need to immediately switch out. This is my wardrobe and this will stay, but all of this should eventually move. And so we'll start that right now. And we should also start thinking about practical ways to... My next big project has to be fencing this area off. Making sure mobs don't get over the top of it. How do I do that reasonably? It's a good question. What's a good answer? Also, Minecraft is like, you can't have foxes as pets, but also kill the foxes for a wolf. There's a lot of benefits to killing foxes in Minecraft. And they're very minor for most players. But if you need them, boy are they useful. Okay, so let's... Oh no, don't... Should I put some fences around this area where I'm growing crops? Do you think my crops would appreciate that? I think my crops might appreciate that. Just a little fence in that one area. Make it out of bamboo. I've got a lot of bamboo anyway, right? That should be in maybe another priority. I'm gonna run out of bamboo very soon. Yeah. So I'm gonna complete this platform down here. So button it up. I think maybe use bamboo buttons for the rest, just to be fun. Button up that entire platform, and then make some... I don't want to use fences. I want to do a weird stair contraption. I think that's what we'll do.
There's a lot of benefit to killing foxes in Minecraft. Toycat 2024.
The in Minecraft bit there is just to cover myself legally, but you know what I mean when I say in Minecraft. There's a lot of benefit to killing foxes in all sorts of video game scenarios. And just in video game scenarios, of course. Okay, so this is my idea for a mob-proof wall that allows me to still lure mobs towards me. So, here's what I'm thinking, chat. We go, like, all stairs facing the same way. And then we reverse the direction on this one. That's what I'm thinking. And then on the top, we do something like this. I shouldn't have done so many, but hope this shows the idea. On the top, we'll do something like this. To make it kind of be like, just to make sure nothing goes over it. So how do you feel about this, chat? No mobs will spawn on it. And also, I can see through there. But I'm very unlikely to get shot through there because of the angles. It's hard for a mob to exactly shoot me, but they should be able to see me. It's hard to test, so I'll just do one wall of this first, maybe. Yeah, I think that's what I have to do. I'll start with mobs can aggro through stairs. Are you sure? I'm not sure at all. Maybe we should remove the middle layer. I know they can aggro through slabs. We're going to have to test it, I guess. Like any other good idea, it's not a good idea until it's been tested. So, we'll place a few more of these. All the way over here. And also, we'll finish placing those buttons. I think the buttons are the right now most important thing. So we're going to need a lot of bamboo buttons. And once we have all these buttons, there should be 0 mobs that can spawn on this, day or night. This is a very weird design we've got going on here. Also, I like that I can just spam them across. Just, don't need to think about where the buttons go. I'll just hold down place button, and worst case, I press buttons. Best case, it all happens how I want it to. Okay, button time. Oh, this looks really nice. Okay, chat. Sometimes I'm just trying things to try things, and sometimes it makes something really nice. How do you feel about this? I quite like this. I think this looks beautiful. Right, chat? Wow. 10 out of 10 plus. Totally agree. I'm going to grow a few more potatoes, I think. They're a little bit out of the spawn rendering distance, but that's fine. I'm just going to make a few pieces of bone meal. Make sure that grows all the way. And now that I've done that, I'm going to plant one more. And then I'm going to feed 2 pigs a potato each. Oh, actually, let's get that pig in here too. Okay, pig, over here. Can you come through the fence? If you can't, I'll cut it down for you. I'll cut it. It'll be good. You can come through. Special priority line just for pink people. You can come in. No. Keep going this way. This way, please. This way. If you could. Do you see I'm over here? What is it with Minecraft animals doing that? I've never understood it. No, but this way. Not back where you came. Over towards me. And then just get in here, please. In we go. And then breed 2 pigs together. So it does work, and now we should have 5. Although I see 4. I think one of them must have climbed out or something. Something worth looking into. But for now, let's test our new design. Sweet button farm. It's what it looks like, doesn't it? Okay, so I'm going to test if mobs can aggro through this wall, because I want to lure them towards this entrance right here. It's not, obviously it's just a bunch of dirt right now. There we go. But let's just test if they will, so that we know how we can build this thing. Because this is the big, scary thing that will hold me back. Okay, mobs spawn. Do your worst. Or try not to do your worst, really. Let's see how it goes. I think it'd be cool if, unlike the previous farms, we actually did build a big pile of blocks up there. We could do that. But right now, it's my biggest concern. Oh, how did a spider spawn there, chat? I sometimes worry about Minecraft spawning. It must have spawned somewhere else and walked there. Which is a reason I shouldn't be standing on this side. But we'll think about that later. Right now, my concern is on getting mobs there. And we'll get the mobs to spawn and then we'll kill them later. As you should always do. Okay, so that's a skeleton. He's gonna fall down really soon. I'll try and get a few more mobs to spawn. Okay, so that's a skeleton. He doesn't see me yet. I'm gonna stand here. Does he see me now? He does, yeah, okay. I don't know why I let chat put so much doubt in my mind about that. But they can see you through stairs, but as you can see, he just couldn't get a good angle on me. Oh, okay. We don't have to worry about it. He's fine. So yeah, they can see you, but they can't get a good shot. Which is exactly what I want. So I'm obviously going to have to test the distances and make sure nothing can fall past it. But right now, if we make one of these, I'll aggro the skeleton towards me, and then I might be able to punch him through a wall where he's not going to be able to get a good shot on me. That would be a good goal, I think. It's a pretty decent goal. So now let's kill some zombies. I'm looking for iron, reminder chat. It's a 1 in 120 chance. So I really need the grinding to happen at scale here. And so that's really what I'm going to be hoping for. Everything else will just be fun. But now I know for tomorrow, build... Oh, nice. Now I know my big goal for tomorrow is build out this staircase thing all the way around. And maybe have just like a couple of entrance exits in. Ooh, why doesn't water fill the holes in Minecraft? If you start thinking about questions like that, you'll eventually go crazy. Just a warning. Just a warning. So I want to get some music discs. I shouldn't want to get music discs this bad, but if I have 2 creepers, the odds of me getting... I've got 3 creepers. The odds of me getting a skeleton soon seem high. Gotta do a 360 check every now and then. So let's hope that we do. Also, we need to address the mob spawning under the stairs. Yeah, that's a good point. Probably easily done. Oh, man. Okay, there we go. Skeleton and 3 creepers. Let's do it. Let's go. Let's do this, chat. There's no way this doesn't result in something, right? Oh, it doesn't. It's somehow not. There's a lot of source of death right here. No! Okay, just creeper. I mean, it's like herding cats, but the opposite. Okay, go. You can do this, skeleton. I feel like skeletons have such an annoying... Okay, I'm just going to run past the skeleton. It means I guaranteed get hit, but he can keep hitting me as I'm doing this. There we go. Go, shoot again. Yeah! Yeah, disc number 2, chat. Yeah, disc number 3, chat. Actually, that's 3 discs tonight alone. Really, really good stuff. So, now I'm just going to have to kill the skeletons. It's going to be easy enough. Oh, that was a full health skeleton. He didn't die in 1 hit. Oh, yeah, really bad. Hate taking that much damage, but I'm good. I'm fine. I've got a lot of music discs, which will go wonderful in my jukebox house. But for now, I just want to get a piece of iron or a carrot. Either one of them would give me the motivation I need. And right now, I would like a lot of motivation. Okay, simple. Easy. Jobs are good. Go. Oh, okay. So doing this with my fish just isn't a good use of resources. So let's go. Make a sword real quick. Just real quick. Pick that up. Perfect. Go. So, yeah, today's been pretty decent. I think getting a few music discs is a... it's a nice little task, right? It's a nice little task. And, yeah, should I try and kill him? I shouldn't. I'm going to shoot him. I'm just going to shoot him. It's just easier that way. It's just better. I've got to learn to get better at shooting them so that doesn't happen to me. But in theory, every skeleton I kill with an arrow can give me more than one arrow back. So it's not a bad trade-off to make. But it is a trade-off that I am making. And because otherwise I'm wasting a lot of food on the healing. The very, very, very slow bedrock healing, just a reminder. Which also isn't necessarily desirable. I've got 17 apples just to tide me over for the night. But really, I want a carrot. I want tonight to be a successful carrot day. But I shouldn't keep obsessing over this. Until I've got a proper finished setup, I won't worry about this farm. And so, let's go to bed. Bed is a nice place. And then let's consider tomorrow that wearing the Monday shirt on a... Also, you know, what day is acceptable to wear a Monday shirt, Hydroglitch? Don't you dare say Monday. You know that's incorrect. Also, happy birthday to Gaming Rat! Everyone, drop a happy birthday in chat for the Gaming Rat. Happy birthday to Rats. Happy birthday to Rats. I've gone too far, so I'll have to go to the hospital ward. And also, that is all my song. Hope you liked it. So I think we've got a bit of a problem with the potatoes being out there. I think that is one of the few mistakes we have made. Only very few. Otherwise, perfectly non-mistake being made here. But yeah, let's just empty out our gear. Every night we should try to do this. And then somewhere on this side, I think, is where we store this stuff. Also put that away. Just really do our best to make sure we're doing the most of the resources we have. Let's make this into sticks. Need more of those. And then we can take the oak planks and make a bunch of swords. So I need a lot of bamboo, chat. And you know the way you get a lot of bamboo? By chopping a lot of bamboo. And I could run around this part of my world all day, every day. Also, I think my chunk of potatoes is a slime chunk, which is not going to go well for it. Also, happy birthday. Here's some cheese for the Gaming Rat, says James Weston. Wow. I bet that's the Gaming Rat's favorite thing. I bet it is. Okay, we're going to go wild right here. I think we should probably have a crafting table somewhere nearby. I'm going to put it on the other side of the fence, though, so I can use it safely. Perfect. And then we can start making bamboo blocks. I don't know how I have so few, but that's just fine. Chop it all down. All of it right now. Lots and lots of wooden swords being broken today. Honestly, bamboo is the craziest thing to break on maps. It is, it is wild just how easy this is to actually do that with. And as well just how much you actually get from it. So I've got a full inventory, and that only creates 56 blocks of bamboo. And now we'll get out the last couple swords. Let's go. And let's chop them all down. I want to have no inventory space. Not mostly no inventory space. Literally none. Let's go. Oh yeah, just anything that makes blocks fall from above like this is satisfying as far as I'm concerned. I think if I started playing Minecraft today, I hate to say this, chat, I don't think I'd be a sugarcane farm person. I think I'd be a bamboo farm person. It's just too enjoyable to not want to do this. It's just too crazy not to. So make a little pile, go back and get some more. Look how fast it grows. It's just so satisfying. I think this is a massively underappreciated Minecraft update. Obviously, it's from 1.14. But it's an example of something that seems small at the time that changes a lot in the future. And hopefully they have more of these in the game. So, yeah, let's now... Oh, yeah. I wonder how many people lie about it being their birthday. It's something... I'll be honest, I'm quite cynical, so it is something I think a lot like, oh, yeah, it's your birthday? Wow, what a impossible to prove fact that you happen to be dropping here. But I think most people only lie when the stakes get big enough. Like, if you ask someone... I think the bigger the stakes get, the more likely lying becomes. But even then, a lot of people won't lie about very consequential things for themselves. The ability for people to tell the truth, even in extreme circumstances, kind of does amaze me. So yeah, this fox is going to give me some free chicken right now. Oh, no he's not. He's walking away. Sad. I'm going to walk around trying to find some meats of any form. Walking around, not walking around. Just a little bit of food would be good right now. And to find that, we go on a walk. And the first animal we find, even if it's a chicken, I'll eat some raw chicken at this point. Don't you mean the bigger cooked beef? Yeah, when there are bigger cooked beefs on the alert, perfect callback at this point. You know, the to truly call back though, to finish a point from 3.5 hours ago, chat, I do think that a lot of people try to be controlling of language, partially because it is a way to, you know, reclaim something in this world where almost everyone feels like they're out to get you. By making sure that people use the right language, you're making them be on your terms. I think setting boundaries is healthy, and if setting boundaries in words is how you gotta do it, that's just fine. But I think for some people, it's this attitude of like, people have controlled me my whole life. I don't want to balance that out by saying that, you know, no one should control anyone. I want to balance it out by being the people in control for once. You know, it's not that I want there to be no systems where people have power over other people's lives. I want there to be systems where I have power over everyone else. It is a weird thing that kind of stems from like a very reasonable thing that I feel like I have inside myself, like this desire for control. Because I think, you know, I think in life there's a lot of things that you don't control. And being able to have just this tiny bit of extra control around the external world is something that everyone craves on, like, some small level. I think when you actually start to think about it and when it actually starts to happen, all decent control comes with, like, huge downsides of, like, yeah, actually looking after people is, like, a lot of hard... You know, the simplest version of it would be, like, I don't know, being a parent. You get to decide how a whole human, you know, becomes. But it's like, yeah, actually, that's not fun. That's actually, you know, kind of the worst, really. It's, I think almost everything in life has that little double-edged sword of, like, the less attainable it is, the more you can focus on the solidly good bits of it. But there's always the solidly not good bits, too. And just because you're not thinking about them doesn't mean they go away. So, yeah, I don't know how to properly, I don't know where to properly put my stuff away. Also, I was born around 11 a.m. I don't know anyone who knows the time, though. You know, I think we shouldn't track the time of death. You know, this is one of my wild opinions that I'm making on the spot right now with absolutely no decent backing. But we should not track the time at which people are born. I think it is bad. I think it's harmful. And the reason I think that is because I don't know when I was born. And it kind of hurts that everyone else gets to discuss it and I don't. Therefore, we should move to a system, you know, a more egalitarian system, where the time you're born is not a factor that anyone gets to know. An interesting version of it, you know, that sounds like a meme that I'm saying, like, oh yeah, well, because I don't like it, no one should even know. Interestingly, that's what they do in France for paternity tests. They don't like the idea of, like, you know, the people would not look after kids that aren't theirs. And so the solution, well, they make it so that there's no such thing as a paternity test. You cannot test to see if a kid is yours. Therefore, you've got to raise them all anyway, which is kind of wild to me as a cultural norm. I think I think the answer to the question of like, well, what should you do is rarely no less. But also, I think it's a compelling idea. Also, this looks kind of like a castle. I really like this, chat. I think it's the silliest thing I've made in a while, but I like it anyway. And I hope that that's enough for you to like it. So then we'll place some blocks going this way. And then some blocks going this way. And then do the same just on top of the here. So one there and one here. I guess we should really start in the corner, but it looks like it's worked out anyway. Doesn't the UK have a royal national birth time registry or something? No, I demand we abolish that. We're gonna light it on fire, like all the other bad organizations. When I get into power, just you wait. It's gonna be terrible for everyone. So I'm gonna replace these with stairs, just in case that helps what I'm going for here. So that was not what I was trying to do, but it does the job fine enough. We'll place the staircase. Oh, I guess we'll just replace the slab. No, we'll place the staircase there. And then a staircase on top of that one there. And then we'll break it. Nice. 2 stairs, just hanging about, living their best lives. Then we'll take this whole area. I think we're going to put some fence gates in there. So here is my logic, chat. If I put fence gates here, I don't know if they work correctly, but if we put some fence gates here, I can open and close this at will. And so yeah, now this should work a lot more effectively. And then we'll just put some blocks like here and here. Does any of this make any sense to anyone? And then we'll put like some slabs on top of that, maybe. Yeah, we'll just use oak slabs for now to test the concept. But now I've got a safe way. I've got a safe way to lure mobs towards me. Again, we don't have proper walls on the side here, chat. So just to, you know, we don't have it. That's perfectly understandable. Also, is that okay? I thought a mob spawned already. So we'll just place a couple of walls here. Just, you know, we're not really bothered. We're just trying to stop mobs walking around it. Okay, so this is my wall. It's not a complete wall, but it will do the job. You know what? I think we will have to move that down. I think we're going to have to move that top layer down and then move the rest around as well, chat. I think we're going to have to do it. I'm not fully emotionally down with that, but I am about to accept it. Let's have a big day of doing precisely that. Yeah. So this is the look of my so far. This is the look of my farm. I want to build more layers. I want to bring them closer down. I want to cover them correctly. And then I want to sit here and grind for the iron that we need for water. It is crazy that we're slowly building around it. We've got like a chest house coming together. No, I've got to have this. I've got to have this in a better state. I can't leave it looking like this. Let's finish this up. And then let's finish that up. Because during the day, it's not as important. I know this. I kind of look at this and I say it's got no importance at all. But I don't think that would be fair. I think that would be a mean thing to say. And so let's at the bare minimum have this like top bit coming around the edges. And then the rest we can all sort out later. So, do. Very lovely so far. I think this is looking just great. And also, it's kind of a secure design. It's surprisingly secure, at least. Which is wonderful. Oh, that's the wrong way. New challenge idea. Stick to and continue a task. The beautiful thing about Super Flat is that we don't have to. No, yeah, there we go. That looks kind of great. And then we'll leave the door there. I think the door looks great. And then we'll place stairs there and there, just to make up the side of the building. And then we'll do the same over here. So, what do we do that side? We did it facing this way. Stair, stair. And then have this facing... which way will it face if I go right on that, chat? Oh, just a little bit to the right. No. I guess we just can't get past it at that layer. So we can't break that block either. Not ideal. So we'll just have to jump in place, I guess. There, no. There we go. We got it. And so we just finished this to make it at least somewhat complete as a building. That would help me immensely. So now go all the way around. Ignore that. Looks great to me. Even have it go over the entrance here. You can technically climb under this. It's very weird, but you can do it. So we'll leave it that way for now. Go all the way around to here. And then we've got a couple of blocks to worry about, but they're not my blocks to worry about. And then see if we should do the same for this now. So this is stairs going up here we've got to have now. Oh, that's weird. My girl's birthday is Saturday. I got her Daisy Marc Jacobs perfume. Man, oh, wow. I think it's nice when people buy each other gifts. I hope that she values it too. But really, I feel like the way you gotta take it is you gotta ask someone what's the best birthday gift, like years ahead of time, and then do exactly that. It's the only correct way to do it. You know, otherwise there's room for uncertainty. I do think about gift giving a lot. As like, it's, oh, why is this doing this? Also, can we place over that? Yeah, we can. Oh, it's great. It works. So now we look at it from the outside. Yeah, what do you reckon about my house so far, chat? It's going to go up another few layers. And then we'll have like a whole crafting table layer to represent the ring of the chest opening. But so far, I like it. I think it looks great. The next build should be a shipwreck. Oh yeah, Richie shit. It'd be really cool to have a shipwreck in my ocean, in my like pond I'm gonna build, which I'm gonna be fishing in. It'd be cool to have a shipwreck. It'd be really, really cool. Baby zombies love your chest refuge. Yeah, it's something I gotta watch out for. I know. But it's a fairly small thing to have to look out for. Okay, so I don't know what to do about this. So I'll just place this block there. And then like another block here, I guess. And we'll start. Come on. Don't do this to me, Minecraft. I don't deserve this. And then we'll place another one. Oh god, this is pain. Working on this house right now is a little bit of pain. But that's just fine. Stare. Over there. Over there. Finish up round here. And there we go. Okay, so we've got the first few layers complete. I think at this point it would make sense to just start, you know, like, I don't know, place a bunch of blocks up. Just another layer and go up all the way till it looks vaguely like a chest. What do you reckon, chat? Do you think this adds to the appearance? We'll definitely have this here regardless, actually. Even if it's just one layer. How many blocks up should we go before we have the kind of lip of the chest? You know, that middle bit. I think it needs to be a minimum of 4, but it could be 5, 6, 7, 8. And then, yeah, that's the thing we've got to work out. Would you consider putting a crafting table at 0, when you update the map for hardcore so we can follow your original plan instead of just using bamboo to start? Harvey Locust, I think that is what you would have to do, realistically, is have a... But I also think, for what it's worth, in the update, Harvey, you'll just be able to take... Already right now, you can just take the crafting table from the original chest. You get some wood from there. You sure about that, Toy Cat? Look at what you're building. It looks great. This might be one of the best looking builds I've ever seen in Minecraft, actually. Chat, I think I might have to stop this series and make it into a bit of a build-off. I don't know that I can make something that looks this good. Like, I don't think that I can... My talents are not best spent on that. I love how your armor is literally dead. Oh, yeah, wow. It's all perfectly dead. One hit and it's all going to disintegrate immediately. It's not my problem. It's definitely future me's problem. So... now we're gonna finish up this. I think this is definitely another thing that just needs to be finished in some way. So let's do that today. Make a bunch of bamboo. Make 6 fences. Is 6 enough? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I need at least 8 bamboo fences. And then the rest can be bamboo planks. We're gonna use a lot of bamboo planks anyway. I don't know why I'm being so stingy with it. I'm going to put on the projectile protection. No, look how good my armor is, chat. I'm going to miss this so bad. I'm going to miss this so bad. Okay, so I am now... Yeah, I'm just going to go in and do this. I'm going to use the iron shovel because it's a little faster, and I'm going to sort my inventory soon too. That's another thing I'm going to have to do before we're done, for sure. But yeah, let's copy this layout over here now. So 1, 2, fence. 3, 4, 5. Bamboo. So yeah, using the iron shovel for destroying dirt is actually its most effective place. And so doing this is actually a really handy thing. Also, do you hear... I feel like I heard pillagers. Also, oh no, the pigs can get out for the... God. Whoopsie. Okay, I went for a lot of work to keep you guys in. I feel like you're not respecting the effort that was put in here. But that's okay. I feel like there were more pigs than this before, and you can't just leave me. That's not acceptable. I do not agree with your leaving right now. Please come back. Okay, we've got 1 potato on us, right? Oh, I don't have the 1 potato on me anymore. Ugh. Okay, let's go. Let's go get it. Don't you guys leave. Don't do it. It's just bone meal 1. I don't have bone meal. We'll just grab 1 potato then. Grab a potato and use it to lure all the pigs back in. If they despawn... Oh no, have they all despawned besides this guy? Okay, it's 2 guys and their baby. Please come inside here. It's very dangerous out there. I cannot stress that enough that you should probably be in here instead. Just walk in there. Yeah. Perfect. Now, I'm gonna put some fences up. Oh, okay. Oh, no. Oh, this is bad. This is really bad. So I'm just gonna... No, get off. No, stop it. I don't want you there. How are you that big? I'm knocking you away so far. Okay, so another pig got out. Okay, pigs are all back out. I gotta... Oh no, this is bad. Okay, so we got the 3 pigs following me. I'm just took out the pigs outsmarted you. They really did. I love it when there's a way out of a pen, the mobs just immediately run out. Yeah, it is an interesting piece of their behavior. It really does imply they want to be free, and we are monsters for caging them. Okay, sorted, dealt with. Not. Oh no! Come on, guys. You can't keep doing this to me. You cannot choose to do this to me repeatedly. Okay, just get in the pen. Get in. Come on. I hate pigs so much. I hate mobs for doing this. You could get in if you just go 1 at a time. It's really simple. Okay, I'm gonna punch one of you. There we go. Oh, my armor! Look what you've done now. You've ruined this. You've ruined my whole day, pigs. Day 53 was gonna be wonderful, but now look what it looks like. Okay, pig, you gotta get in here too. Just all of you in the pen. Go. Okay, there's no way anyone's getting out of that now. And as long as I can get that last... Okay, I'm gonna walk through. Just place that there. That's not what I wanted to do. It's another big slime. I'm just for now, just gonna place a block there. It's not my problem. Just gonna walk back through this. I'm just gonna leave that there. Yeah, this looks great, chat. No issues here whatsoever. Place this with that and this with that. Just make this look a little bit nicer, I think. And let's just get out of there. I'm done with it. I don't wanna be there anymore. Look at my chest plate. It's gone. I have to wear leather again. What a downgrade. What a massive, monumental downgrade that was. But this is what you gotta do when you're playing an ultra flat survival. I have enjoyed it massively today. I am looking forward to my next stream, presumably on Saturday. I'm looking forward to grinding even harder on this. It's gonna be a hard one, but I think this little technique of having a fence that allows them not to shoot me but see me so they come to specific holes, I think that's gonna be a really, really, really useful thing. And I look forward to building it partially just by itself. I have to lower that next time. I have to place another layer on top of that. And then once I've done both of those things, then I can finally begin rolling the dice over and over again until I get the dice numbers that I want. I'm looking forward to day 54 onwards. I hope that you are too, because today has been an absolutely wonderful one, and I'll see you in that one. Thank you, and good night. Oh, I made a video. I made, you can watch it if you want to right now. Otherwise, the playlist for this is in the description. And I'll put part 4 as an event up right now. I really like the trailer we got for this series, so you'll see it as you watch. It'll if every time you're like sitting on the page for a stream, it'll show you the trailer now. I think it's fun. Have a good one. Goodbye. Wait, I'm gonna sit here safely. Okay, bye.